484 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for March 18th, 2025. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
All right, man. We've been going for a while because I've been doing a lot of things. I've been moving, so it's been a lot of things on my plate. So, and then also some trouble with my computer. Oh darn! Like I had to set my computer up. Well, I got a new computer, thanks to Daniel. But unfortunately, something happened wrong, and my hard drives went up, and then I lost everything. So I had to reinstall everything, and also lost the Game of the Year podcast. So that's unfortunate. But I mean, I guess I'll just spoil it. The Game of the Year was Belated between the both of us.
Dragon Age Veilguard.
So, yeah. Belated was the consensus on the Game of the Year. It was on our list. It wasn't our number ones, but it was on our list. I forgot what was your number. I forgot what my number one was, honestly.
My number one was Astro. I think number two was Belated, and your... Oh, what was your number one? Got it here somewhere.
Darn.
Doc with it.
My number one game.
Was it Yakuza?
Yeah, Yakuza, yeah. That doesn't tell you. That's just tell you how the hell... I really thought of any game on my list because I didn't remember what the number one game was. Yeah, I think it's Yakuza. Yeah, the last Yakuza game. What was it? Yakuza Infinite Dragon or something like that. Infinite Wealth.
Yeah, Infinite Wealth.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. That's the game. That was my game of the year. Even though I never played it yet, but that was my game. I thought I would be my game of the year if I did play it. All right. All right. So let's get right into it. I'm not gonna go through everything we've missed from the time because honestly I don't even remember where we left off. So I know in the sports
Commanders lost the Super
the
Bowl and everything's been downhill from there.
Yeah, well, I wish they got to Super Bowl and lost, but they lost in the championship, NFC Championship. Eagles are champions for the Super Bowl. The March Madness is about to start now, so I was rooting Maryland. Maryland fans. So I'm rooting for them. And unfortunately, I wanted them to win the Big Ten tournament. They had a shot, but lost on a last-second fucking layup. God damn it. The favorite to win it all, I think, is Duke. Even though their player got hurt, but they believe he's going to be back. And they have the easiest road to the Final Four, like they usually do. And then you got the other favorite. I think it's Auburn, Florida. I know the other one seed is Houston, but I don't know. I never seen them play, so I'm curious of how good they are. I know the women's. I don't know who's our favorite is, but I know it's not as favorite as last year. But just like the men's, it's pretty open. Mm-hmm. Even for the women's, there's no super dominant team. Like I can see a few teams winning this thing. But I know UCLA, USC, they're some of the best teams. UCLA had won the Big Ten though against the USC. Even though USC technically they beat them twice, but they couldn't beat them the third time, which that kind of sucks. Then you have of course South Carolina still up there. UConn, man, they could do it. Maryland girls, excuse me. Maryland girls, they are iffy on that, but they're not that. Yeah, they're not consistent enough. They lost their first game in the Big Ten tournament, so I don't know how far they're going to get. But yeah, I mean, it should be pretty cool watching these tournaments because I really don't know who's going to win. There's no super favorite. I'm just going to root for the local teams and still enjoy watching though. What else has been going on in the sports world? I know a lot of trades and stuff happening in the NFL. I'm not going to go into all that, but it looks like the Commanders have been doing pretty well in the offseason, some people are saying, so people are excited for the NFL season. Baseball is about to start up. Can't wait for that. We still got
Yeah, I saw
a few more
spring
games of
training
spring training.
scores yesterday, Dominic. I was like, oh shit, it is that time of the year.
Yeah. That means it's been going on for a while now, since the end of February. Yeah, it's just a few more games left. I mean, because by the end of March, the last week of March is when official games start. So yeah, man, I can't wait for that. That unraveled like women's league, the 3-on-3 basketball that just ended as of yesterday as we're recording this podcast, and the champions are the Rose, who Angel Reese, local girl in our area. She's from Baltimore, and she played on LSU, and she was in WNBA last year. She's one of the top like prospects, like people like after Caitlin Clark. I hear her name a lot. So she's
got her own
team
McDonald's
won.
meal, Dominic.
Yes, exactly. And she unfortunately she was hurt though. She couldn't play in the playoffs, so that's why people was thinking like, oh man, they're like she's not the best player on the team, but she's their she's a girl because she won Defensive Player of the Year for the Unrivaled. Like she does a lot of like she plays really good defense, blocking and rebounding. So she gets a lot of second chance points. The best player is Chelsea Gray. So that was like a big loss. It's like, oh man, how are they going to get these rebounds? They only have one true big with them, but they got through. They won. And Chelsea Gray, who is like, I think she's like 32, 31, which is kind of old, sports like age is older. And she looks like an older person too. But she is good, man. Like she was just getting shots. And she was just making everything. She was great at passing. I mean, she's a guard, and she's great at finding people, man. And, like, man, she was awesome in the playoffs. The Owls, who were the best team, who only lost one game the whole season, they lost in their first playoff game. They got upset. Both playoff games were good, like the first rounds. And the second round, the championship round. It was only 2 rounds. And the championship game was good too. It was close. It was fun to watch. Like the whole Unrivaled was enjoyable. I don't know how the ratings were. Like, are they going to survive? I have no idea. But it was fun for me to watch. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, and I'm not a big WNBA guy. Like, I haven't really stuck around watching games. But I'm actually gonna watch this season. They actually got me excited to watch this season.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check this out. Because that shit was fun to watch. And, like, not everybody played that wasn't in WNBA. Of course, even if they wanted to, they couldn't because there's not that many teams. But, and some people were hurt, so they didn't play. But they, but it was still a lot of stars. Like, the best player, probably right now did play. She's a co-owner, of the league. Like, co-created, yeah. So, her team was the Owls, yeah. And they lost. So I was like, yeah, the fix. It wasn't fixed. So I was going to say, how are they gonna fix it? It's when the owners win. So I was joking. Nah, I like that. I like her team. Her team was really good. But yeah, I think that it was fun to watch. And like I saw some big time people was there. I saw like Dwayne Wade was there. I know I saw his wife Gabrielle Union was there. Other WNBA players I saw, of course, there, and there was some. And throughout the season, I saw occasionally basketball players were there, like NBA players. I guess if they were off, they were there. But Butler was suspended, so I saw him there when he was suspended. And it was just funny because it all happened in Miami. So, but now he's on the he's on the Warriors now. So. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to the NBA, so I have no idea what's been going on. I don't know everything that's been going on. I know LeBron is hurt right now, but the Lakers are still in a good place to get to they're going to get to playoffs, from what I've seen from the standings. Anyway, the 2 best teams record-wise are Cleveland and Oklahoma City, which is that's I think that's pretty cool. Like 2 teams you don't really 2 teams you don't expect to be up there. sat them see them up there, but they're good. Those scenes have been good. But yeah, so yeah, that's really all I really say in the sports world. So what's been going on in the wrestling world?
All right, Dominic, we got to talk about it. The biggest thing in the wrestling world is John Cena has become a bad guy. He has turned his back on the fans. He has aligned himself with Evil Rock and Evil Travis Scott.
I like that. That. Oh, so that was Travis Scott.
That was Travis Scott, yes. That was Travis Scott busting open fucking Cody's eye, apparently. He gave him a very solid smack to the face, which apparently gave him a black eye and potentially a busted eardrum. But yeah, John Cena at Elimination Chamber at the end of the pay-per-view after John Cena beat CM Punk, thanks to the help of Seth Rollins, who had been eliminated. John Cena won that match, so he has secured his match against Cody Rhodes.
He went Hulk Hogan on us, like when Hogan went to the NWO.
Yep, he did. He joined the New Rock Order. Yeah, and last night they're doing their UK tour now, so their European tour. So they were in Belgium last night, and John Cena was finally there because he hasn't been there since the Elimination Chamber. He basically cut a promo saying like he's been in a toxic relationship with the fans for the past 25 years, and they all 25. Turned their backs on him. What's up?
The past 25 years?
25 years, yep.
And so what was the good years then?
There weren't any good years, Dominic. Even the people who say hustle, loyalty, and respect, they're living vicariously through him. That's what he said. It was a very good promo. There were a lot of shots of people wearing their full John Cena merch, just looking sad. Because, I'm sorry, all this merch that you're buying, you bought that after he turned heel. So, you knew what you were getting into. But yeah, that stuff's good. I was
waiting for they show the kids crying, and then they should show the hospitals where kids just died automatically.
Oh no!
It's like, oh no! It's like, oh
I
no.
was waiting for my Make-A-Wish to be fulfilled, and now it'll never happen.
Little Timmy just died. He actually supposed to have more time, but he died early.
I asked for John Cena. They brought me Cody Rhodes, and I just passed away. So, yeah, he went into it. I think his promo was 18 minutes long or something like that. Granted, half of it was just the crowd cheering "fuck you, Cena" and stuff like that, because those international audiences get a little rowdy. But it was very amusing.
Oh, really?
And of course, Cody came out at the end. They get
rowdy, more rowdier than the American citizens.
They are. I think they partly because they see them so infrequently. I don't know if you just get a more adult audience or what, or if it's just these guys are so used to the soccer matches and the way they cheer for those. Maybe it's just a different type of sports fandom. I don't know, but yeah, these international crowds are special. Actually, they're singing along to the entire song and whatnot. America is just we know the first 5 words. Yeah, so this match is looking like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It feels like it's kind of a given that John Cena's got to win this through some shiesty means or whatever. He's gonna get that record breaking title win, because I think right now he is tied for. No, is it? I can never remember. He's either one below Ric Flair's world title record, or he's tied at Ric Flair's title record, and then this would be to break that tie and make him the most winningest world title holder. But yeah, it feels like it's pretty much he's gonna win this, and then he's gonna have a nice run as a heel for a little bit, and maybe as they transition to his last couple of months, he'll turn excuse me, he'll turn back face. I think that's everybody's kind of hope. We want to see John Cena go out, as a good guy, and that way he can maybe continue the the Make-A-Wishes and stuff. Maybe that's his plan, Dominic. Maybe that's his freedom. He's like, I can't do these Make-A-Wishes anymore. It's taken a lot out of me seeing all these dying children. I'm just gonna turn heel and be remembered that way for the rest of my life, so I never have to do these Make-A-Wishes again.
Well, yeah, most of those kids remember him as a hero before they go. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true.
And they all did. I mean, except for the last few.
Yeah,
but that's okay. Most of them did.
So let's see. Other than that, it looks like we're getting Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, because they've all kind of intertwined their hatred for each other. It's mostly been everybody's hatred at Seth Rollins, but now it's also been like, oh, CM Punk is getting consoled by Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman's supposed to be my wise man. So Roman Reigns like beats up on CM Punk, stuff like that. The women, Io Sky actually beat Rhea Ripley for the women's world title on Raw a couple weeks ago, and she is now going to be facing Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. But Bianca was kind of involved in that match, so now Rhea Ripley's got like an axe to grind. And as of last night, she like signed her name on the contract for their match. Even though I don't think that legally stands up anywhere, it does seem like they are going to be working towards a triple threat there. It seems like we're going to be getting a lot of triple threat matches, between that match and the CM Punk match. And then I would imagine at least one of the like mid-card title matches is going to be some kind of multi-person match. Seems like a lot of just trying to get people on the card, which isn't necessarily a big problem. But with 2 nights of WrestleMania, you do have a little bit of breathing room to give people some solo matches that people want to see. AEW, they did have their big show couple of weekends, I think 2 weekends ago. I haven't seen any of it really outside of the clips. Tony Storm and Mariah May apparently had a very good match. But it was not... So, like, they're doing this Death Riders thing. I've talked about it with John Moxley. It's kind of like an NWO thing where these guys are like, oh, we're taking over the show. Even though they haven't, like, grown in numbers, and he's kind of a chicken shit heel, so he's always running away from a fight. He had a match against Adam Copeland, Edge.
That's what heroes do, Daniel.
What's that?
That's what heroes do.
Yeah, I mean,
they run away.
You gotta walk away from the fight. But Christian has effectively what they were treating as their Money in the Bank, which was like contract in a portfolio type thing. And he inserted himself in that match and then proceeded to tap out or pass out. I think he passed out. But people are, it seems like, at least on the internet, are pretty over the Death Riders angle and would have very much preferred that the women had gotten the top match of this card, especially because like Tony Storm is doing this thing where she's basically like an actress from like the 40s or 50s or something like that, like black and white era actress, over dramatic, whatnot. And literally the match was called the Hollywood Ending, and then at the end of the match it's just the two of them exhausted, kind of like laying over top of each other on the stage with the end at the top on the Tron. And it's like, you couldn't have a more perfect ending to the show than this. Instead, you just kind of have this deflating moment with Christian and Edge and John Moxley, who people are all kind of down on. Although we are leading up to now John Moxley versus Swerve Strickland, and Swerve Strickland did like jump down and stomp from the balcony onto John Moxley to end the show. So hopefully that is, maybe they'll actually like pivot and go with that, because Swerve is basically doing some of the best work on the show between him and Hangman Adam Page right now. And it would be nice to see that title go back to a guy like that, instead of just kind of It's literally in a briefcase right now, Dominic. So like the title is nowhere to be seen on the show, although it's not that missed on AEW because they literally have like 17 other titles. There are just way too many titles on that show. But they also just have too many stars. Like there are too many big names on that show. And I don't envy Tony Khan trying to book that, especially since it seems like he is like doing it exclusively himself and doesn't really want any help. So anyway, yeah, that's wrestling. It's good right now, and we're getting towards WrestleMania, and we're getting towards AEW's pay-per-view, which, like, they're all in one. That's like basically their WrestleMania right now. It's the one they were doing overseas in London the past couple of years. Now they're doing it in Texas this year. That's not until like June, but that's kind of the one that they're leading up to the most. That's probably where we'll see like Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada for a title unification match if all goes as people are speculating. So yeah, wrestling.
All right. So let's get into what we've been watching. So I'll start off. So I have been watching Daredevil. I'm at least up to date on it as of this podcast, the new one, and it's been pretty good, man. It takes place years later. Of course, I mean it's been years later, and it really starts off really. It really kicks things off like doing something unexpected, and I was like, whoa, I did not see this going this way. So like the Kingpin, I mean, if you've seen from the trailers, he is the mayor of New York somehow, because I'm like, he's done these crimes and things, but I guess they can't really be proven. I don't know. It's just real, whatever. But he is the mayor of New York.
Basically seemed like they were trying to explain away how he's got clean hands somehow.
Yeah. Like, technically, it's not been proven, but I was like, yeah, but he's just
technically,
always there.
You shouldn't even have an eye. We all watched Echo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it was, yeah, they really try to explain some things away, but there's a lot of things I don't remember, because I don't remember things about the eye. I don't remember none of that. Like, I was like...
Now that I'm thinking about that, that was actually Hawkeye, I think. That wasn't even Echo. Because I don't think I finished Echo.
I haven't even started Echo. So because I've been watching the original Daredevil. I'm up to the second season, to the part where Frank Castle, they're in the court with him. Cause I've been trying to just refresh myself with all the stories with that. But I like the show. I don't want to spoil it because you didn't watch it yet, so I'm not going to say anything.
I only watched like the first half of the first episode so far.
Yeah, so I think it was it's definitely worth watching. So I was like, yeah, this is one of the few good Disney original shows that I actually do like. That I actually interested in. I mean, I don't know. I would. Well, see, it's a lot of them I didn't watch Disney so far. The ones I have watched, I did like. So I mean, they're good. I guess they're 50-50 for me. I mean, from what from what I read of reviews of ones, like the ones I watched, I did like. This is the ones I read reviews of or I started. Like I didn't like She-Hulk, and I didn't like WandaVision the beginning. I like some stuff from WandaVision. WandaVision was just okay to me. It was okay. And as it was all right. But I think everything else I watched. Oh no, I didn't like what the Shield guy, Nick Fury's show.
Oh yeah,
it was called Invasion. What's called Invasion or something? I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, Secret Invasion.
And I think that's it. That's all I can think of right now. Anyway, but I haven't watched everything yet either of it. There's some Star Wars stuff. I haven't watched. I mean, 2 also. Yeah. That was just okay. I mean, some things was just okay. The Obi-Wan thing was okay. All right. So I also watched that the Watchmen movie, the animated one that came out. Actually, I think like maybe in the last year. I know the other one just came out recently, part two. I mean, if you've seen the movie or the comic, it starts at the part where Rorschach got arrested. That's how the first part ended. The animation looks really good. I like how it looks. It kind of reminds me of how the animation in the Marvel What If looks. Looks like it looks similar to that. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. So it's just a retelling. I mean, there's no difference. It's really just. I mean, I don't see any huge differences from the comics yet in this. So it's really just the comics, but it is done well. And I mean, I liked it. I liked that story. So watch it again. I haven't watched it in years. Since the last thing I watched was that Watchmen TV series was supposed to take place, years after those events. So yeah. I mean, I think it's worth watching. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I watched something else. But you watched it also, Common Side Effects.
Did you? You finished Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, I did watch Spider-Man. Yeah, I finished that. Yeah, it was good. Spider-Man. What's it called? Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, Friendly Neighborhood.
Yeah. That was good. I liked it. It overall, yeah, it was a good show. Good ending. That was a 4 cartoon. I actually wish it was a little longer. Because nowadays, I guess things have to be 10 episodes. I don't know why cartoons can't be a little longer than that, and I do like how even though there's a continuous storyline in the background, there's still it's a new villain, you see on other episode or something like that. It doesn't stay you're just gonna deal with this one villain all throughout. It's good how they put those stories together with the characters and excuse me. And how they put this new universe together, that's not the same universe as we in, but it's similar, still similar to Spider-Man. It's just a different way of how Spider-Man became Spider-Man. I'm all good with that.
Yeah.
So it's a nice spin on this Spider-Man story, and it's done very well. All right, so yeah, like I said, the only other show I watched that you watched was Common Side Effects.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you watched Interstellar, which is an old movie, but you go ahead.
Yeah, so Common Side Effects. This was one that I kind of put on because it was on HBO Max. It looks kind of like a Miyazaki movie almost. Turns out it's a show from Adult Swim. And it's basically about this guy who's trying to grow this seemingly life-saving mushroom, and there's this whole conspiracy kind of going around him, and he's trying to get in contact with an old friend of his from high school who happens to work for Hank Hill at a pharmacy convention. Actually, no, that's what it was. I had seen it on there, and I thought it looked interesting, but then I can't remember what podcast, but somebody had mentioned that it was, related to Mike Judge, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll check that out then. And initially, I was like, okay, this is interesting, but it didn't really grab me. But by the end of it, because I went through and I finished it the other night, I thought it's quite good.
Yeah. I really like it. I really like how it's not like a comedy like a King of the Hill. I mean, it has comedy in it, but it's almost intrigue, and you said, there was conspiracy about this guy who finds a mushroom, but that can cure basically almost anything, probably except for death. And the drug companies are trying to stop it. Well, the drug company is trying to stop it because it will hurt the industry, basically. And yeah, the characters in here are great, man. Like I said, they had their funny moments and stuff, scenarios.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
like this overarching story is pretty cool. And it's a full like 23 minutes, like so a half an hour, like 'cause it's on Adult Swim, so like half an hour show. But it feels like when you watch it feels like it goes fast because it's like it's at the end.
I was surprised at how quickly it went past, and it's only 7 episodes so far. It sounds like maybe that was just like half a season, and they're coming back with more soon.
I have no idea. I haven't looked up any news on the show. I just figured I just wait till next week. Just another episode. I never looked up to see how many episodes it was. Yeah, I'm curious. Is this going to be a 1 season thing?
Yeah.
Or are they going to do like season 2? I hope they don't. Honestly, I hope they don't. I mean, because I don't know how long it's going to take for them to make it. That's what it is with these days. Like these days, it's not because seasons don't go like they. Well, unless it's like a TV series on TV, but even then, they even change up a bit now on regular TV. But I'm used to the old days. You go through September to May, and then you have a summer break. I mean, you got those little breaks in between when they have reruns, but they're like a few weeks or maybe just 1 month. But that's the order. Like the show starts in September and it goes into May, and then they have 3 months break, kind of like school, and then they come back September. But now, I don't know when shows start. Some shows are like, we're not going to come back for a whole year. It's like, what the fuck, man? And then some shows, I'm like, we don't know we're going to come back. I said, well, why'd you end in the cliffhanger then? I was like, why? If you don't know you have a second fucking season, why the fuck did you do that? It's like, how'd you do that to us? So now, that's now, I'm at the point where, series like this, I'm like, I hope y'all can finish the story in the season, because I'm like, I just want to know how it ends. Like I want to have an ending. Yeah. Because I don't know when the hell y'all coming back. Unless y'all know, like I say, like, we're gonna come back to this time. Then I don't care for that. And I don't want
looks like
Game
this
of Thrones
has
situation.
10 episodes and is gonna be ending on March 30th. See, I thought that 7th episode was the 8th episode. Yeah, 7th episode was the last one, and because I thought it had been a while since the last time I checked in on it, and I thought it was still at 7 episodes. But no, it seems like it's been coming out pretty consistently for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. But that's why. Yeah, that's how I've been watching them. I've been watching them every Monday. Definitely check it out if you can. It's on HBO Max. It comes on Adult Swim on Sunday nights. So then I'm sure they probably got like a repeat night where it comes on the week. So what else you watch?
I also watched Interstellar. You had mentioned that. I finally got around to watching that because I was just going through Netflix and it was like leaving soon. And as it turns out, I turned on Paramount Plus this morning and now it's on there. So that's why. Although I think my Paramount Plus should be coming to an end soon because I think I did cancel that.
Going through different wormholes to different streaming platforms.
Yes, it is. It is wormhole to a different streaming platform. As it turns out, Interstellar, a very good movie. And it really is fantastic. Just Matthew McConaughey's performance as well as, everybody else in that movie. Anne Hathaway's in there. And just this story of is this I guess alternate universe or alternate reality where, basically the world becomes a big dust bowl. You can't grow any crops. You're running out of food. And, he goes up into space because he's from this former world before everything was just dust, where they actually had technology and NASA. And, he takes it upon himself in some ways. In some ways, he's recruited to kind of go on this mission to help find other alternative possible planets for humans to go to, and then where it goes from there. I don't know that I ever was spoiled on it technically, I definitely kind of saw where it was going, part of the way through, but I don't think it made it any less affecting. I think those robots that they had that were just like big blocks were they seemed kind of silly in in the context of everything else. Just because they looked so absurd.
I know it looked scary when it was running, because I did not expect to see that when it was running on the plant. Holy shit! I said that thing is going. That's like
yeah, when he like grabs Anne Hathaway with his hook hands, and then he's just like zooming along. I thought that was kind of amusing, but yeah, it's definitely a very emotionally affecting movie. There's obviously themes about family and the importance of, this guy's mission to his kids and having to leave his children and watching them grow up from afar.
I didn't know who was in the movie, so when Matt Damon was there, I said, "Oh my God, Matt Damon was in here," and like he just showed up.
Yeah,
on that planet. And
I haven't actually looked it up, but that robot's voice was also Matt Damon's, right?
Oh, I have no idea. I never looked up the robot's voice.
Okay, because that I knew I that's the one thing that I was like spoiled on was I heard about Matt Damon being in there, and I was like, oh, maybe he just does this voice, and then he actually shows up and it does what he does, and I'm like, oh, okay, Matt Damon's also
that's I didn't think it sounded like him. I mean, if it is him, okay. I never thought it was him.
Gotcha. Because I was like, oh, if it is, I was like, oh, I guess it makes sense that they used like the voice of a different doctor that was working, in the program to program these robots and make that like a comforting voice or something like that. Obviously, also a beautifully shot movie. I also started Annihilation this morning, but I have not. I think I'm only like a third of the way into that movie.
Bill Irwin. Bill Irwin.
Oh, okay. He does the voice of the robot. Oh shit.
Oh, here it is. No, physically, the actor controlling it was Bill Irwin, voiced by Josh Stewart. Oh. Okay, so Robot Tars. Okay. Robot Tars is voiced by Bill Irwin. Okay. While Case is voiced by Josh Stewart.
Okay. Well, maybe I just convinced myself that it sounded like Matt Damon.
Yeah,
I was like,
that guy sounds like Matt Damon. Like, I don't hear no Matt Damon in here.
I mean, when the robot just kind of blankly looked at me and said, Matt Damon, I thought that was him. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I watched a little bit of Annihilation, but haven't gotten all the way through that. That's a movie that I've wanted to watch for a long time, but I just haven't gone out of my way to actually.
What is Annihilation?
Do so. It's the one with Natalie Portman and her and like other female scientists are going into the Shimmer, which is like this weird anomaly.
All the female scientists?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that woke movie. Okay, go ahead.
There's also the one that what's the one with Amy?
I mean, that's what I remember. I remember just seeing. That's what I used to see on the internet. It's like, oh, this woke like we were all female scientists. Yeah. That's what I used to see people talk about.
I also want to get around to watching Arrival. That's the other one that like came out. I want to say around the same time, and gives me very similar vibes.
It came out the same time as Interstellar.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
I was about to say, or Interstellar, or which it was Annihilation. I don't remember Annihilation around that time when Arrival was talked about.
Yeah, Annihilation came out 2 years later. That was in 2018. Arrival was 2016.
Yeah, because Interstellar was 2017, and whatchamacallit came out. What's the Sandra Bullock movie?
Oh, yeah.
I think that came out around
Gravity.
close.
Gravity?
Gravity.
God. I need to watch that again. So, yeah. And then the other thing, I watched Captain America, and, yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun, actually. I came in with pretty low expectations, just because it seemed like people were pretty pretty low on it, and it seemed like Harrison Ford was kind of going to be just there. And I felt like it was actually a pretty good performance by Harrison Ford as General Thunderbolt Ross. Obviously, they show in the commercials that he turns into the Red Hulk. I don't know that that really factors into anything much in the way that you would maybe want, outside of just kind of superficially. But I think generally, I think it's a pretty fun movie.
So like, did you like Captain Marvel, the latest one?
I thought there were parts of it that were enjoyable.
Okay. All right, so you're just gonna like all these movies, so that's okay. Hey, I mean that's all right.
I didn't say it was a good movie.
like,
I just said it was fun, and I saw it
like,
in
I'm
what
sure.
did I see it in? Screen X. So they were like posting. They like projected shit on the actual sides of the movie theater, which was like a very gimmicky thing at first. Then eventually it just kind of was like it was like, okay, this is all right, because it's at first it was very distracting. It's like, what is going on here? Did they actually like film real footage, or is it just going to be like lights, like, you know, some people put behind their TVs or something? But it was actual footage, and it seemed like it wasn't anything like consequential, obviously, but it definitely seemed like they filmed it with the intention of this stuff being shown. And eventually it just kind of came and went in the same way that like the Transformers IMAX scenes would, where like all of a sudden you get letterboxing, or the same way with like The Dark Knight when they released that on Blu-ray, and it would be like, okay, here's the special version where it's got the IMAX formatting. So occasionally you'll get it like zoomed in to just show the square, or like zoom out and get your black borders again. Eventually it was just kind of like that, where I didn't even really notice the transition.
Like on that screen, is this 3D or this is, you know?
No, this was just regular.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just regular. And it was just like, literally, it's like, I guess it was a lot of people's first time experiencing this, because I just thought it was like their version of IMAX. And it was literally like lights went down, screen lit up, and then the two walls on either side lit up. And people were just like, what? I was like, yeah, that's the right reaction. Like, what is going on here? I don't know that I would go out of my way to buy another ticket like that, but it was a novel concept that I think people should experience at least once in their life. Get around and get a D-box ticket at one of these times.
What other movie? D-box is one of the seats, movie and stuff. What other movie did this? Use this?
I have no idea. I don't know if that's a thing that they regularly do or not.
Like what if Avatar used it or something?
I feel like Avatar definitely would have. Let's see what.
But I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know when that came out.
Snow White coming out this weekend is a ScreenX movie.
I don't want to see
As well
Snow
as
White.
Minecraft, Mission Impossible, Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon.
Minecraft, I still have not seen the full trailer of that, but I have seen what they look weird.
The How to Train Your Dragon?
How You Train Dragon looked okay.
Is that which one were you talking about?
I said Minecraft.
Oh, okay, Minecraft.
I said it looked weird. Like the pigs, the square pigs I saw look really weird. I haven't seen a trailer though for it, full trailer for it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
All right,
pretty soon.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so I guess what we've been playing. So yeah, I'll go through it since you've been talking. So yeah, so I've been playing quite a few games since the last time I talked. It's been like about a month. Mm-hmm. So because I got this new computer, I got a better graphics card. Still not like great, but better than what I had. So Now, I tried out. I'll start with Suicide Squad. That was like the latest game I played. With Suicide Squad, I downloaded because it was on the Epic Store for free, and I mean it was on PlayStation for free technically, and I did play up there, PlayStation 5. But because I have to do remote play, it seems like that was not going very well. Like the sprites and stuff, like streaming, it always seemed to suck when I played that game. So, and plus I'm now in another place where it's not a connection. It's not my connection in my house. I've been playing it at my sister's, and her internet connection is definitely wasn't as good as the one I had. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that's really the problem, because I don't think I even tried to play it at my house. So I downloaded it from the Epic Store, and after I start fixing like how the game would like the graphics and stuff, playing through it, I think it starts you off with a tutorial how to play with each character a bit, and then you choose your character, and then they go into a deeper tutorial with that character because they have different powers. Like traversing the world, I'm kind of getting used to now. Like at first, man, it was just tough, like how to manage the speed with Boomerang, and like he zips, but he don't just run fast. It's like it's almost like well, to you it feels like he teleports to his Boomerang, but really he is running fast to the Boomerang when he throws it. But that's supposed to be their way of traversal without having him always being super speed. Right. And then I think you can, if you are touching land, you can go faster for a set amount of time, and then it has a recharge. And then also everybody can run up walls, like, so if you press, I think, to hold the R1 button on the wall, you're kind of either climbing it or zooming up it or whatever, how transversal you got. Excuse me. Yeah, I got a cough I'm trying to, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, traversal, I'm getting better at it, but not great. Like the powers and stuff, like use the trigger buttons to do attack, like almost similar. I mean, I'm trying to think of a game that's like that, where you use the R stick. I mean, not the R stick. The triggers to do even like melee attacks and stuff. Like I'm some games I'm used to that, but some I don't know. My third person games, I kind of want them to be buttons to do melee attacks, but or whatever. And then if you zoom in, you shoot the gun. You shoot your guns. You have like he has a shotgun, and it seems, I think maybe everybody has a sniper. I don't know. I know he has a sniper if you switch guns, and so does Deadshot. I was just thinking Deadshot is sniper, and I was like, oh, so I guess everybody has something for long range shooting. I mean, it's okay. Like the game is okay, but it's not like the action is meh. Like I get like why people were pretty down on it. Yeah, it's not great. And like so far, I mean, like I said in the very beginning, so the enemies are just these robot things that can just throw at you. Like it's really made for like a multiplayer experience. If you play single player, they seem like the guys are just always around you. So I mean, so you don't have to play, like you're not required to play with people. Like, I mean, I'll say this, like the story and stuff, and like the actors or like the characters, I mean, they're done well. Like, I think it's done well. Like I said, because I watched it all on YouTube. I think it's funny. And the overarching story is all right. Like the whole thing with the Justice League, I don't like the idea. The only thing I don't like is like the idea that they actually killed them. Even though I think now, if you heard about the so-called true ending that they just put out or something, that they weren't actually killed, they were clones. Right. So I was like, okay, which I feel like, I mean, people say that's a cop out, and yeah, it is, but I feel like that it should have been a cop out that was known. Like it, like you should know. Like, okay, like they could have just did that. They could have just said Brainiac captured the Justice League and cloned them, Like, you could just said that.
Yeah, you could still
like,
be fighting those people and know that this isn't like them.
Them, yeah. I mean, we've seen that before. It's been done before. Like, them making it like, oh, no, you actually killing them. Because it's supposed to be like a shock value to it. But it's not a good shock value. Because it's like, I don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to kill Superman or Wonder Woman and stuff like that. Like, and, like, that's, yeah. Nah, I think it's better that you say they got captured, he cloned them, and now you're fighting the clones, you gotta stop them. They have the same abilities and shit, whatever. Yeah, fine. Anyway. But yeah, like I said, the story overall, I think is alright. It's really just a gameplay loop, and I can definitely see, like, me getting like, oh, yeah, this is getting a little boring or something, or doing all these things. It's like, this game could have been so much better and didn't have to go the route that it did. It could have still been co-op. Like, I feel like, yeah, it could have been co-op, but it could have been, like, much more closer to Arkham Knight or City than this kind of multiplayer kind of hub thing, whatever they try to do. Yeah. Yeah, it just, what, yeah. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that it felt like they had to go with that route. That they had to go this route for that game, and it's pretty fucked up. And also that we're not getting a Wonder Woman game, right?
Right.
So that's pretty fucked up too. What else have I played? So I also played some more Dragon Age Veilguard. Disappointing because I lost all my saves because my hard drives went up, so I had to start again. And the first I started again on the PS5 because it was free up there. I was kind of playing a different character, a human. That was a mage, and the mage was a whole lot more fun to play as than the rogue. And I chose a different background, so it was. I mean, it's some little changes to the story, the background. I mean, not much, but some. Like, so I was like, okay, so now I'm not with this group, and you have few new dialogue choices, but. But thing is, even before then, my hard drive went up. I played a lot of the game. Like, I was more than halfway through, and I could say that I don't know why they decided on this choice. Like, they went with this with the writing. Like, I know games now and even movies, you have more than one writers. Like, it's not just one writer. Sometimes it's a plethora of writers, but they chose this route of everybody, like, your character being a very good guy. And, like, in Dragon Age, and I mean, when BioWare games in general, usually, you choose what you are. Like, you are either a good guy or a bad guy. I mean, I guess you could be bad. Some games you could be bad. Or you're a guy who's just, you're more stern or something. Like, you're more focused on, like, hey, I want to get this. I want to kill this person or get this mission done. Or depending on who you are, like, I don't care about saving civilians or something like that. It's like, look, the mission is the mission. Like, anything that gets in my way, they get in my way. Or if I want to get something, out of somebody, like a target or something, I'm going to do everything that's necessary. You could be that type of dude. Or like you feel like, yeah, I said no. Like, oh, if somebody does something, it's like, you going to let him go? No, I'm going to kill him. There's only a few instances of that, like very few. Like, it was only so far. I think it's only one I can really think of, and you don't even kill him. That's the thing. Here's the bad thing. You don't kill the guy that after he did some horrible things. You just leave him to die. You say no, we're not gonna kill him, but we're not gonna help him either. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not gonna take him away. I was like, wow, like they. Usually, sometimes in BioWare games, you get that choice, but you get three choices. You get three, like a choice to say, oh, we're going to take him in, we're going to let him go, or, I mean, before choice, like, maybe you like, oh, let him go, he learned his lesson, or take him in, like, we're going to take him and get arrested, or we're going to leave him to die, or we're just going to kill him ourselves. Yeah, you don't even get that choice. Like, and then, even when you're talking, like, you're not choosing your dialogue, you're, like, you're generally a good guy. Like, it's no matter what. You can't be that guy that's like, you don't care about things. And then, Everybody is. Everybody, even the Crow who's an assassin. If you learn from the first game, the Crows are like assassins. You wouldn't say they're good or bad. They just do their job. But it's like the Crows, they make them too likable. Like, you can't even be in a way like, oh, I don't respect the Crows. I don't care if they're just doing contracts. They're still killing people. They don't make it that way. They make it like, oh, it's an okay thing. It's just a job. It's like, yeah, I would have a choice to think of that, at least to think that way, but not that it is. You know, I don't know. It's just the way they're written. And the Crow you have in your team, he's all it's like almost like he's a good guy, but he just does a bad job. And it's like, I'm not liking this. It's like everybody seems to be like this. And it's like everybody's a good person. That's the thing is, what you would see as a good person. Like, it is so weird how they've written this game compared to what they've done in the other games. And yeah, they really changed the lore and stuff in the game. Like, they didn't change it totally, but it just makes it like I said with the Qunari, it was actually kind of changing in the last game, but it was an outlier actually, because it could be like Bull is an outlier of the traditional Qunari. He acts more human, but thing is, the other Qunari don't. They don't act out more human. So I was like, okay, so maybe that's their thing, is that they're making him a big outlier of them. Like, he's a Qunari, but he doesn't act like them. But now they got quite a few Qunari. They just talk normally, and like they're too human. And I think with a lot of characters, it is. And also, there was a lot of strong racism or species. I don't know how you do it. Like, I guess elves is a race. Like, people didn't like elves. And with this story, like, the elven gods are like killing people. This is like a good time to show, like, oh my god, those people who all felt like little racist to elves, they probably really like, holy shit, y'all elven gods doing this, and they'll be like full blown. Excuse me, hold on. They were like, oh, your elven gods are like doing this, and they'll be hating elves, you know? No, none of that. I mean, they speak on it, saying like, oh no, how will the world feel about us? Like the girl was asking. And the choices I had were all, there was nothing like, oh, they're all going to hate us. I can't pick nothing like that. Or like, all I say is like either I say we can't do anything about that, so all we can do is be good people, or it was some other stuff. It was like, what the fuck? But it was like, darn, like, yeah, this game is very tamed. It's a very tamed game, and like someone written, they say it feels like people talk like they're in HR or something like that. like they talk like like how human resources want people to talk at work. It's something like that. Like, they don't talk like a normal world and like normal people. And then they say verbiage and stuff that's too modern, that doesn't fit in that world. Like, I'm sorry, you don't use the term non-binary and freaking like a mystical
thou doth the
fantasy.
binary too much.
It's just, that's not. It's like, whoa, you can't use that term. If you want to do something along those lines, fine, but that's too modern. That doesn't it like doesn't fit right here. And yeah, like, that's probably the only thing I really agree with from the people who are really up in arms about it, from the DEI wokeness people. That's probably the only thing I can agree on. Like, that is actually substantial, like, criticism. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, why did they go this route? And also some of the preachiness they do. And I'm not just talking about the gender preachiness. It's preachiness of a lot of other things too, that just it just becomes like, this dude, why you're writing, y'all had better writers than this in your series. what happened?
They had better writers, and they lost them all.
I mean, it don't have to be the same. I mean, are you saying there's no new beta writers? Because I think the people I looked were
I'm
pretty.
saying the people
at
that
least
got
one of
hired
them was
there
young.
were not new better writers.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So that's Dragon Age. I played some more Dynasty Warriors, but unfortunately, like I said, I lost my saves. So I had to start over again. So it's not really much more to really talk about with that. And like, while I was getting somewhere, I was actually getting to a part where I would have to choose who I was going to side with. But that's unfortunate. I have to go all the way back. Also, but Suicide Squad, I am able to use cheats, so that's good.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, so that does make things easier for me to transverse, so I don't have to get hurt in Suicide Squad. Even though they do, well, I guess technically they have an anti-cheat thing in there, which, yes, I get if you play multiplayer, but I'm just playing by myself. Yeah. Like, I don't even know if I can play with these cheats with people, honestly, because I think when I start the game, it's offline. And I'm not going to try because I don't want them to kick me out. But the Monster Train. Monster Train is back on, I think it used to be on Game Pass, and they left and it came back. Monster Train is it's not that old of a game, I don't think.
No.
I forgot how many years old it is, but it's a roguelike game where you're on this, I guess you're on a train and you going through places where you fight monsters and stuff. but like it has 4 levels technically on this train, and so you have like a boss, and they send their minions. So the minions you fight. And like each level of the train, you get cards. It's like a card game too. So you get a card where you have some. You can put your minions up there. So you put your you choose where you put your minions. You want to put on. You can put them on 3 levels. The last level is where you're protecting. You're protecting some type of crystal or whatever. That's basically your main health. That's if they get up top, they can hit that. That does have whatever your main health thing is, some orb or whatever, it can attack too. So it can protect itself, but I mean, will somewhat defend itself. Like it can, I mean, the enemy is going to hit it, but it can attack the enemy also. When they get up there, so you can make it so it's not like it's game over if the enemies get up there. Yeah. But you have your minions to try to slow them down, and then after each attack, if the other enemy is still alive, they'll go up a level. So if they survive your attacks on that level, they'll move up. Or if there's no enemies, they'll just move up anyway. I mean, no allies on that level. So like, yeah. So at each stage, each enemy moves up. So you want to kill them, but like it'll be a certain amount of rounds. Like they keep sending enemies though from the bottom and as they go up to the top, and then there'll be the boss. And then that's the final one. Now with the boss, it will be a continuous attack until either the boss dies or you die on each level. And when you die, the boss freezes that level, so you can't even because it's just moving up, constantly moving up. So you really try to kill the boss before it even gets to the top level, or if it gets to the top level, it's enough. It has a low XP low HP where you can kill it, like your thing can kill it. The game is fun, and as your train moves, you're like after you kill the boss, then you go to another stage, and then after each stage, you just like in roguelike, you get to pick up power ups or buy stuff to make yourself stronger on each run. So sometimes you don't have minions in your cards to put in to block. You might just got the card that says, hey, this will attack the enemy or something like that, and takes off HP. So, this will attack the front enemy, take off 33 HP. Then you can level up cards because as you move on, you get some power ups to say, hey, you can make this card do more damage, or this card can give more HP pay to your minions, or make your minions stronger, something like that. It's yeah, it's a fun game. Like it's a card game / roguelike, and it's really fun, and I like it. So far, I really like it. I was only playing it because Belated is on Game Pass, and thing is, it's no touchscreen on the phone though,
which is crazy.
It's crazy. Is that you got games that probably shouldn't even have touchscreen. You know, like who the fuck gonna play certain games with this fucking touchscreen? But that does it. And like, yeah, I saw some complaints on that shit. And so
that really
hopefully those
feels
people-
like maybe they're just trying to push people towards buying the mobile version, if that's the
yeah,
case.
but it's like but that's bullshit because Xbox has it where you can buy that version and play on the cloud. Before they got Belacho on Game Pass, it was part of that games to own.
Mm.
So that means they should have had it then.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, Belacho, I still played it. I played it on PC. And I think I played it. Yeah, I had my controller with me, and I played it there too on my phone. And yeah, I mean, Belacho, it's a fun game. I got pretty far on a run before I lost all my chips, but yeah, just using those different power-ups with those jokers. And thing is, I forget to use the. I think I had those things for a while. I mean, now I'm even using them. The what they call the Saturn, the moon, the astro stuff, whatever. I start using those to either make cards more powerful, and then I start thinking like, hey, making cards some of the same suits, so I can start getting like straights or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's so much like it's the game is very addicting. Like it's definitely a fun card game. Excuse me, and I know they got a DLC out for it now. But I haven't played enough of the main game yet to really even care about trying that out yet. But yeah, that game's an addicting game. Yeah, it's definitely a game I can see like having fun on the phone and not hooking up a goddamn controller to your phone to play it. Like something to actually play on your phone. So like it's worth. Yeah, I think it's worth buying the mobile version. And Xbox need to hurry up and get that fucking touchscreen working. All right. I also that's it. I think that's it. So what you been playing?
I jumped in to try the Ninja Gaiden Black 2 remaster or whatever. I didn't like what I played at all. Initially, I was having trouble with my controller too. Like the Xbox controller, like I'm going through this tutorial section and I'm like, something feels like really off here. Like I don't remember this game feeling this bad. Like I remember specifically people liking the way the game controlled. And then I finally realized, like, when I was pressing a direction, it just wasn't going in that direction. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. I unplugged my controller, plugged it back in, still wasn't working right. I was like, let me try this. And I plugged in the PlayStation controller and it worked perfectly. So basically what I'm saying, Dominic, is Xbox has betrayed us and they don't even let you use Xbox controllers anymore. They only let you play PlayStation controllers on Xbox games.
Wait a minute. Like your Xbox controller was not working with
it wasn't working at all. And I even tested it on like like one of those websites where you can go to make sure all the buttons work and stuff like that. And it was working perfectly fine. Because at first I was like, oh crap, I've let my daughter use this. I wonder if she's like absolutely obliterated these sticks or something like that. And it seemed fine. It just was not like it recognized it, but it just wasn't working well. But yeah, once I got it running with the PlayStation one, that was fine. But it didn't feel great. It felt very like it doesn't feel super fluid as far as the combat goes, but it's not like a Dark Souls where you're trying to be like purposefully I forget the word that I'm trying to think of, but you're not being strategic at all, really. You're still trying to do fancy like Devil May Cry style stuff. It just doesn't feel very good, and the traversal of the world, like jumping on the walls, doesn't necessarily feel good either. I don't know if this is just me or if this is a byproduct of how old this game is. It's just not holding up particularly well. So kind of knowing my history with that franchise, I tapped out pretty quickly. I did play some more of the mini shoot adventures. Still haven't finished that up. But I downloaded a couple of things from the Steam Next Fest, but I only really got to play this one really to any real extent. And then I tried another one, but I didn't play that for very long. So Wheel World, the demo for that, it seems like it's an open world bike exploration game. Basically, I've seen people compare it to like Breath of the Wild, but of course, because everything's compared to that nowadays. But it does have a very whimsical look to it. I forget where we had seen this previously, but this did come up in one of the showcases or something. You basically are a person riding on a possessed bike, and you are going to towers to unlock more regions of the world and race other bike gangs and do other activities and explore this island on your bike. In the demo, it's only the first island, which is pretty sparse, but it gives you a good sense of how that game's going to feel, and it feels nice, and it looks very good. I'm definitely interested in what this game ends up evolving into. I want to see like a more the second island that they kind of tease a little bit shows maybe a little more civilization there, and I'd be interested to see a more lively world in this game. So that really looks cool. I don't know if any of these Steam Next Fest demos are still available. That's one of those things where, like, if you download them, a lot of times, even though they say they're like time limited, you can still play them. But I don't know if you can actually access them anymore. Because I also downloaded Roof and the Riverside, which I played a little bit of. You're like this weird noseless bear type thing, and you can absorb textures and then apply them to other things. Like I can turn a waterfall into a vine trail that I can then climb up or stuff like that. Like I said, didn't play that too much, so I don't have too much to say about that. I also downloaded Haste, which I was interested in because it almost looks like it could be like what a 3D Sonic game might aspire to be in the future, but I haven't even booted that one up yet, so I'm not totally sure how that one is. But yeah, that's what I've been playing, Dominic.
And we're back. So now we're doing a flashback segment. So we've been going for a while. So we're on almost a month and a half of flashbacks here, and we're doing covers since it's not a ton of game news. So we got time. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Drank that soda too fast. So here we go. So we started back in February. So we started in February, and we got Grow Home was released on the Windows. So tell you about Grow Home, Daniel.
Grow Home was kind of a Ubisoft experimental thing. Because I was thinking about
Gone Home, really.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking over you. I was thinking about Gone Home at first, and then I clicked on it. I was like, oh okay. I was like, because I swore we talked about that game.
Yeah, we did.
Go ahead.
Grow Home, I was actually surprised to find out that it came out on PC before it came out on anything else. But this was basically like an experimental project from Ubisoft, a small thing where you play as a little red robot and you're trying to climb this beanstalk basically to get to, I think it's Spaceship. And it was kind of like one of those almost like physicsy type things where you're controlling one limb with this button and one limb with this button. And it was very, very neat and novel for, a small thing. They did end up making a sequel to it. I didn't spend a lot of time with the sequel, but I did end up beating this game. And I want to say I like 100%ed it or something too. Got most of the collectibles. It was very just novel, very cute, because you're this little guy robot. And the world is very like cell shaded, flat shaded kind of looking thing. Everything was kind of just shaded textures or shaded colors without really much texture to them. But yeah, very cool game.
I actually did play this game a little bit. I just don't remember. I also remember what I did in the game. Because I mean, I recognized it and everything. Because they had a Grow Home too, right?
Yeah.
Did they have a sequel? Yeah.
Row Homer.
All right. So the next game we got here is Evolve. Came out for the Windows, PS4, Xbox One. This was the game that was by some of the creators of Left 4 Dead. And so they did their own thing. And Evolve, I forgot what was Evolve? Like, who was their publisher? It was
2K?
2K. Yeah, 2K did it. And yeah, so I mean, a lot of people were interested because of that. They had a new studio, 30 Rock Studios, and so like I was like, okay, the guys get Left 4 Dead. We've been waiting for Left 4 Dead 2, but we know that they don't ever do 3s over there at Steam. So it was like, okay, well, I guess we'll just play this. But this is something different. It's 5 versus 1. One person be the monster, while the other 4 are excuse me. The other 4 are trying to capture that monster, and the monster is trying to kill the other 4 or get away. I think it's a timer, so if they don't get you, you'll win. I don't know. I mean, the concept is all right because the concept's been going on for a while now. I mean, different games, 5 versus 1, games and stuff like that. But this game did not do as well though. I guess people just. Not enough people were interested in it, or I don't know what people thought it was going to be. I mean, I know after playing the demo, when they had the beta, I guess it was, I was like, oh, this is not what I thought. I mean, it looked good at the time. Well, I guess like, oh, it looks pretty good, but it's like, I don't know if I like this whole 1 versus 1. I like the whole thing of you going through a stage trying to survive and get to the stage. Not really into the multiplayer versus thing. That wasn't like my thing. I didn't play. Yeah, and because I mean, Left 4 Dead, it did have a versus where it was always versus humans, and I didn't play that much. Obviously, I didn't play that mode that much. I was mostly just the 4 cooperative guys that we trying to survive. But thing is, see, that was different. I mean, I didn't play it as much, but I did play it because it was still the same game. It was just that the other humans got to be some of those special infected, and you still play the same stage. It was just, so it wasn't really a different stage. You still had to do the same things, except for that, unless you were the special infected, you were just trying to stop the other team. And actually, that was actually kind of fun. It's a little different. I mean, I'm not into it. I mean, I know some people are, but obviously, this didn't catch on. And yeah, now it's basically a dead game because I don't even know you could play. I mean, you could play with bots, but I don't know if it's like an offline mode with this. I'm not sure. So yeah, man, it didn't do well like sales. This is it did debut #1 spot on the UK software sales chart. Evolve was the second best-selling game in the United States in February, only behind the handheld The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Oh my goodness, it was behind that game? Darn. However, the average player count on Steam declined significantly since the game's launch. The game's player count increased 15,000 some percent, and was listed on Steam's most played games after its transition to free-to-play model. Yeah. More than 1 million new players played the game after the transition. But yeah, financial stuff happened. It was only 300,000 physical copies were sold in Evolve's launch month, and by its current sales rate, well below the average figure for a AAA game. Yeah, man, it just didn't take off, and that sucked. So yeah, I mean, this was one of those disappointments that happened. Like I say, darn. But they end up, I think, are they the same guys who did the what's the zombie game that was on Xbox for Game Pass for a while? Back for Blood, yeah. Are they some of the same guys? Yeah, and I don't look at the sales on that one either. I mean, I don't know if they were great, but I figured they were better. I just figured it was better than this one. But we'll see. I mean, it might still be free on the PlayStation Plus. Last time I saw it was. Anyway, what else we got here in February? We got Dead or Alive 5 Last Round came out. So Dead or Alive game came out. I played a little bit of it. This is when Dead or Alive really went on to the try to get as much money as you can out of people route here. Like, sound a lot of microtransactions on here, man. Yeah, this is the start. Wait a minute, did it have a Dead or Alive 6? Yeah, it was just, when it got to me confusing, when I had to keep looking up to see what you can get and that what can unlock, and there's some things that's behind a paywall. Yeah, that's why it's when things start getting more complicated in games, man. Like, I was still of the mindset of DLC, Ultimate Edition, everything. And that's it. Like you have DLC and then you get the Ultimate Edition and you get everything. You don't have to worry about, buying anything. As of now, that's just a normal thing in games now, but this was still early on. Like, I'm still not really buying into that. So, I didn't even bother with this series, Kirby and the Wayne Curse came out for the Wii U.
Honestly, I thought this was a re-release of the game from the DS, which was Kirby Canvas Curse. This was actually a follow-up to that. I didn't realize that, at least.
So this is after Epic Yarn. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is on.
And this is when they were doing the thing where basically Kirby was a ball and you controlled him by drawing shapes on the screen to control the direction that he rolled. I thought on the DS it was a very novel concept. I liked it a lot.
Looked like Play-Doh.
What was that?
Looks like Play-Doh. Like Play-Doh or something.
Yeah, in this one they changed the art direction as well and made it a lot more like fanciful. They definitely, with Kirby, they've definitely experimented a lot more. And they also then ended up doing that similarly with like the Yoshi stuff. But this game got decent scores, somewhere in the 7s. Gotcha. This game got decent scores, 7s to 9s, basically. But I haven't actually played this because I didn't have a Wii U. So,
All right. I totally forgot about this game, but did it ever come on the Switch? This is one of those games that didn't come on the Switch?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. So Switch 2 it is, then.
Yep.
For $70, you can get this incredible game. All right, so next game we got, The Order 1886 came out 10 years ago, man.
Yeah.
You played
that
this,
game feels
actually.
Like so much older than that for some reason.
Yeah, it feels like it came out in 1886.
Yeah.
But this was a game I thought was going to be closer to like a Gears of War or something.
Yeah.
So what was it, though?
It was very... I hesitate to say linear because Gears of War isn't particularly non-linear itself until at least the later iterations, but it just felt very antiquated. Like it felt very basic in its third-person shooteriness. It almost felt like a continuation of like, hey, Resident Evil 4 just kind of like made this genre and this is the follow-up to that, instead of, hey, that game came out a while ago and now we're, moving on and iterating a little bit from that. Graphically, it looked, incredible, but that was kind of the extent of this game. I spent a decent amount of time with it, but I never finished it. Because the story was just not particularly interesting at all. It was basically like this group of people, and they were somehow related to the Templars, I think, and the Knights of the Round, and they were like fighting werewolves. But like none of that stuff hit in the way that like you kind of give me that back of the napkin math, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was one of the kind of real big like failings from Sony in the first party stuff, I would say.
Yeah, well, Sony, they were kind of a little slow on the first party stuff on the PS4. Then they just really kicked it up a notch.
I'm having
and
trouble
like their back half. I was saying Sony, they hold on. My mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sony, they were kind of early on. They were a little iffy with the first party stuff. It was really like I forgot where to start, but like I know definitely their back half. They kick it up a notch. Like they start really coming out firing. Order 1886. I thought it was going to be a pretty good game, but yeah, I saw a lot of reviews and stuff on it. It's like, darn, that's disappointing. All right, so now we got Helldivers came out for the PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. Honestly, it's a game that I didn't really think about. Yeah. I really knew nothing about. I thought it came on PC. Did it come on PC later? Because I didn't know it was just exclusive to the PlayStation.
I don't remember. Let's see what they say.
Yeah, it did. It came later, okay. But it must have been later. Yeah, it came out in the it just came out what was it? Yeah, December,
yeah,
of 2015. Yeah. But yeah, so this was I guess this is a cooperative game. Actually, I don't know. The first one was the same as the second one, a cooperative game, or
it was a cooperative game, but it was a top-down isometric.
Yeah, okay, a top-down game. Yeah.
I was honestly surprised at how big Helldivers 2 hit, considering how kind of under the radar Helldivers 1 originally was.
I mean, yeah, it got good scores though. The first one did. But yeah, like you said, how how the public really came to it. That game was pretty big. But I'm looking at the scores of this one. Yeah, but this totally went way under the radar for me. Honestly, yeah, I didn't give two thoughts about this game.
I think they gave it away for free at one point, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try that out, and then I just never did.
All right, Cities Skylines came out 10 years ago, man. This was huge. This is probably one of, if not the biggest Cities games. I always get confused with the Cities games. I always wonder, are they the same company? Because they did have so many versions of Cities, and I didn't know what the heck it was. It's what is all these Cities games? SimCity, you got SimCity 1, 2, and then something like that. And maybe some little sub genres, but Cities was just a shitload. I didn't know what the hell. But then it was Cities Skylines, and that was the one I see the most. It's I guess maybe were they just trying to throw shit at the wall and say we're gonna get a good Cities game that's really huge, and then say there we go, Cities Skylines did it. But yeah, this was the big one. This is the one that really took over the SimCity genre. This was the king. It said they development they wanted to move from this. They said Finnish developer Colossal Order, a 13-person studio at the time. Wow, 13
That's
person.
Crazy to think about.
Cities Skylines were released, had established a reputation with Cities in Motion series, which has primarily dealt with constructing transportation systems and predefined cities. They wanted to move from this into a larger city simulation like SimCity franchise, and in preparation developed Cities in Motion 2 using the Unity game engine. To assure that they had compatibility to develop this larger effort, they pitched their ideas to the publisher Paradox Interactive, but these initial pitches were focused on a political angle at managing a city rather than planning of it. The player would have been mayor of the city and set ethics and regulations to help the city grow. Paradox felt that these ideas did not present a strong enough case as to go up against a well-established SimCity, and had Colossal Order revise their approach. So I guess we revised it to look more like a 2013 version of SimCity. Oh yeah, well, 2013, 2015 version, because they said the situation changed when 2013 version of SimCity was released. It was critically panned due to several issues, had having gone back and forth with Colossal Order. Paradox used to market opportunity to green light development of City Skylines. So they learned from SimCity mistakes and made a good game.
Yep.
And they became basically this king of the SimCity landscape.
Sure did.
While SimCity just went down. I guess. Yeah. The Sim, all the Sims is just not the same anymore. They still, they make their money, whatever. But like popularity as far as like the gaming space talking about, it's just not the same anymore with that. Because then you got also. Wow, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. That wasn't a Sim City thing, but it was around that thing. They were the kings of the theme park Sims, and now it's what's it called? Coaster. What's it called?
Shit. What is it called? I want to say Coaster Tycoon.
Well,
Roller Coaster Coaster game.
Coaster World? Oh God, darn it!
Why is it so hard to remember that now?
like they are the big ones of the theme parks.
Planet Coaster.
Planet Coaster, yes. I knew it was some world thing, so yes, Planet Coaster. But yeah, Cities Skylines came out. It was 10 years ago. Damn, it feels longer for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I got Cities Skylines 2 now. Alright, so Hotline Miami 2 came out 10 years ago. Good God. Part 2 came out 10 years ago?
Yeah.
The Stern, man. I'm thinking like Hotline Miami. And I probably didn't play it till like 10 years ago. I think I played Hotline Miami after Hotline Miami 2.
I played Hotline Miami 1 not long, I feel like, before number 2 came out, and I don't know if it's as a result. I never really got into Hotline Miami 2 as high as I was on Hotline Miami 1 after finishing that. Hotline Miami 2 just didn't grab me in the same way.
Yeah, Hotline Miami. I like the concept of like going through and like it's a fast pace, basically mapping out the stage of like quick kills or something like that. Like get through the stage and like you quickly die, but you try to map out a way where you can get through the stage very quickly. I'm trying to remember the game, man. I haven't played in so long. And it was cool, but it didn't stick with me. I think I died too many times and then I got fed up. But I know you kept talking about the game a lot. I think I ended up getting on the Humble Bundle on either the DS or the Wii U. Oh, darn. Ori and the Blind Forest came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This game was great. It was a great Metroidvania game, very artsy-fartsy. Like very nice, very sad too at the beginning and stuff like that. Yeah, man, and I still have not beaten. I only played very little part 2. Mm-hmm. Always said I'm gonna go back, and never did. But this is one of those.
I've been beating this one, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna go back and play both of them.
And,
Switch to Dominic. Once I pay $70 for a collection of both of them.
X is one of the Xbox exclusives that really were big. Nothing big like system seller, but it was it was what's the word I'm looking for? It was like people loved it. Like it was critically acclaimed like game, man.
Yeah.
Game, man, and it was good. It was very good. Also, we got here. Oh well, I think that's it. Yeah,
that's it
for that was March, and I didn't even say when I went to New March. The March month started with Helldivers for 2015. So now we're going back 20 years to 2005, starting in February, and we got Star Fox Assault came out. So why is this a big deal, Daniel?
Because it's a Star Fox game, Dominic. We were finally getting another one that wasn't Star Fox Adventures. But then, as it turns out, this one wasn't all that great either. Star Fox has never been good since Star Fox 64, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems like, and it's like Star Fox.
Although I did like Star Fox Adventure.
Star Fox is dead. Yeah, Star Fox is dead, and Star Fox Adventure. Well, yeah, I mean, even though the gaming nerds say, well, it was Dinosaur Planet first, and they just stuck the Star Fox name up there. It's not a real Star Fox game, but yeah,
you can tell me Super Mario 2 isn't a Mario game either.
I think people will.
That's probably.
But yeah, Star Fox 64 was that was it for me. I mean, I didn't even play this one. The next Star Fox game I played was the 3DS one, I want to say. Which was that just Star Fox 64 and 3D, or was
I think that was just Star Fox 64?
Oh yeah, so
unless it was that other one that had like tactics, like Star Fox Command or something like that.
I don't think it was that. But I did play that Wii U one, the one where he could turn to a chicken ship can turn to a chicken robot or something. When I think it's weird, but yeah, I did play a little bit of that one. Because I remember a guy at my job saying, "Oh, I think that game is pretty good, man." They said, "I don't remember. I don't remember hating it. I know it was different, but I didn't play a lot of it." Yeah. But yeah, that was probably the last Star Fox game I played. I never played. Oh, that was Metroid. I'm thinking about with those little Metroid people, minions, whatever that thing was called. But yeah, it was like, yeah, Star Fox never just found his ground. Like after the N64 game, I mean, Star the Adventureland, Star Fox Adventureland, whatever it's called. That was not to me that one, but that, yeah, I almost wish they would have did like a sequel to that, or something.
I honestly wouldn't hate that if they take like go crazy with the graphics too, like make it look like those old puppets that you and I were talking about the other day on the cover.
Oh yeah.
Just like take advantage of the power of the Switch 2, make it look just absolutely bonkers, and then go from there.
Or get those people who did the those Star Wars flight games, and I mean even the latest one was pretty good. Like the whatever it's called, the Rogue Squadron one that came out, whatever it's called, on the EA did. I mean, you can make like a good flight game, like get somebody to make like a nice flight game that is just really good, like a nice story and pretty cool flying and stuff like that. I don't have to, I mean, do something, or have a combination. I mean, make a nice adventure game where you can be like Star Fox Adventure and have some good flying stuff in there. I mean, I know that takes money, but you have all the money in the fucking world, Nintendo, and goddamn. Y'all just be holding out, man. You be just holding on to that money. Yeah. Star Fox, I totally forgot about this one, Assault. Yeah, I totally forgot. What we got here? WarioWare Touched came out for the Nintendo DS. So how was this game?
This was enjoyable. This was during a time that I think there weren't a lot of DS games that were out, really. So I was picking up stuff just because it existed almost. I like the WarioWare series, but I don't know that I was like, I had to have this outside of the fact that I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, you were out of school by then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You were, what is it,
2005, February. I would have been finishing.
You graduated 2004.
Yeah, you're right. God. It's all falling apart, Dominic. Yes. So, so I remember this somewhat fondly, but I remember not spending as much time with this as I thought I was going to, coming off of playing the Game Boy Advance one, and then kind of being disappointed generally in the DS offerings at this time. The reviews are good, though, so it seems like, it'd be a pretty good experience. I think I've seen Giant Bomb, I think I've heard people talking about people emulating like this and Twisted on their phones, and that being a very good experience.
Oh, cool. Yep, I'm going to tell Nintendo on you. All right, next game we got here, Gran Turismo 4 came out. Yep,
Yeah.
the fourth Gran Turismo. Darn, I didn't realize it came out that late after 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last Gran Turismo on PlayStation 2. I believe it got great reviews, but I was kind of out there. I think PlayStation, Gran Turismo 3 pretty much told me that I do not like simulated racers. Like I like the look at them. I like how they look. Like they look real. The game looks really great, but playing it was not my game. Yeah, I was like, I did not care because I was horrible. I was always going. I hated braking so much. I was like, oh nah, man. I need something like Need for Speed. But yeah, this guy got a lot of good reviews. Though Edge gave it only a 7 out of 10. I wonder why.
Is Edge new, Dominic?
I mean, yeah, they really tough, and that's from their like what's regarded. I know they deal in Europe a lot.
Their kinship.
Yeah, so I don't know. But no, maybe they don't like the Top Gear stuff. Maybe they didn't like that. But yeah, everybody else seemed to really like it. I only see that. That's the lowest score I've seen was a 7 out of 10 from Edge. Everybody else gave it at least an 8 or up. I'm trying to see. I was trying to see if they had anything from Edge in the. It says many reviewers criticize the games for its continued lack of rendered damage. Maybe they hated that, but that's been a thing for a long time. But yeah, all right. So what else we got here? We got Tekken 5 came out 20 years ago, man.
Yeah.
I played this one. I couldn't. I think after 3, everything kind of meshes up in my brain about Tekken. Like I played them all, but I don't know which one was which. Like all I remember is Tekken Tag Tournament, the first one. So I can tell you what about this one was different. I couldn't tell you about those extra modes. I do not fucking know.
There's definitely new characters, I'm sure.
Yeah, but this game got highly rated. It was it got an 88 out of 100 on Metacritic. But this is like between the time of this and the new systems coming out. The PlayStation, I didn't bother with Tekken then. I just wasn't interested in it. And in it as much. I think the last fighting game I got was Virtua Fighter 4. And I think I was good. Yeah, I was pretty good with fighting games. Like, nothing was really brought me back was until the 360 came out with the Ditto Live. That was kind of then. Like, oh, that looks really good. Let me see. Yeah, everybody loved this game. Basically, lowest score was a 8 out of 10 from Game Revolution. I don't see an Edge score. I wonder because I'm curious what Edge would have gave it. I got Star Wars Republic Commando came out.
Yeah.
20 years ago. Wow, it's only 20 years? Jesus. Yes, I played this on the Xbox. And this was, because it did not come on the PlayStation 2. I was mad, but when I finally got Xbox, I played it and I saw like, oh my god, this game is good.
It's Halo ODST before Halo ODST existed.
Yeah. It was cool. You plan to use Republic Commandos, and I guess they didn't have the chip in their heads. Because I know, spoiler alert, at the end you see when the order came through, but you didn't change. I think your characters didn't change or nothing. It looked like it'll probably be a continuation. It's like, oh, we're going to do something.
They should have let you.
Never did.
They should have let you shoot the younglings, Dominic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they should have said like, oh, you gotta shoot the younglings. So shoot them all. And the next game should be like, you're part of the Order 66. I mean, you're doing the orders, and like every time in between the stage, Dan, you'll be like, youngling bonus round, and how many younglings can you kill in time to time. And then within a minute, how many younglings can you shoot or something, or like in 30 seconds or something? Like, shoot them all. But anyway, nah, man, this game was cool. Doing this, it was like a first person shooter, and graphically it looked really good at the time. Like in the Star Wars universe, yeah. I mean, it was yeah. I really liked it, and like yeah, you had a I think you control like because you're working with your other teammates, you can tell them what to do, where to shoot and stuff like that. I do remember that a little. I tried to play it again when it was like re-released again on the was it the Xbox One maybe, or where they released it, and man, I couldn't. It was hard to get past the controls on that. They didn't really. I think they did, actually they did maybe, but I just didn't stay with it. But I still kind of do want to go through. Maybe I'll just watch somebody play on YouTube or something, because that game. I mean, I really liked it at the time. Like I really, like just seeing those robots like in the first person mode and everything, from the Star Wars prequels. Yeah, that was cool. Like everything about the prequels and stuff in the movies were pretty cool. Like basically in Star Wars. I mean, actually, probably just by the franchise itself. It's like the least best thing was the movies. Everything else around the movies were great. I mean, not everything, but more so like things not the movie. All right, where are we? We at Brothers in Arms: Road to Hill 30 came out 20 years ago.
Yeah,
was this the first one?
I remember seeing this game back in the day on like Tech TV or whatever, and being like, "Oh man, this can be the next Call of Duty." Not like realizing that it was more of a tactical shooter thing, and then being very disappointed.
I didn't realize that either, Daniel. Yeah, because when I did borrow it to play it on Xbox, I kept seeing great reviews for it.
Yeah,
I was very confused because I was like, "Oh, why can't I just go and shoot them?" Exactly. And like I was kept dying. And like you gotta, and the other men weren't moving with me because it's like, oh, you didn't tell your men to move, and it's like, oh, this is not what I want to do.
Yep.
Now I'm thinking like maybe I can do this now, actually, but yeah, but this got some good reviews. This has got an 87 out of 100 on PC. Even got 82 out of 100 on PS2.
Wow.
Got 88 out of 100 on Xbox. Yeah, Game Informer, they reviewed the PS2 version, 8.5 out of 10. But I think that's when they was doing both. They have something to buy and say, the Xbox One is this, but they don't have it up here. PlayStation must have paid them off to say you got to review ours only. GameSpot gave the other two nons, basically, but the PlayStation 2 version 7.6. They're haters of the worst graphics. Whatever, man. Graphics don't make the game, Daniel. Game trailers, yeah, give it a 9. Darn, I'm trying to see some low score. The lowest score is Electronic Gaming Monthly. Give it an 8.83. That's still pretty damn high. Yeah, man. Brothers in Arms. That was the series. That was one of the Ubisoft series that we don't see anymore.
Yeah.
What else we got? Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awaken.
Yeah.
I did not know. I never said the subtitle. I don't think I ever. The Awakening. Yes, wait a minute. The thing says Awaken up here though. Oh, because it's I got my tab like kind of like squished it on the side here. I can't see the whole thing. But yeah, I don't think I ever said the subtitle for this. But this is my favorite action game until God of War came out. This is I love this game. This game was awesome. I remember watching a trailer like so many times for this game. Back in 04. Yeah, 04. It showed the trailer off. I used to watch all the time. I couldn't wait till it came out. Got it when it came out. Played the shit out of this game. This game was awesome, man. I like the cutscenes and stuff in the game. How cool it was with him and his brother and stuff like that. This is before his brother turned into that bad demon. But yeah, man, this is the pinnacle. I was like, yes, this is the best action game ever. And then God of War came out, and then that became the best action game ever. But yeah, man, Capcom was doing it, and then I mean they're back doing it again, just differently. But they just had a lot. They had a lot back then. I mean, everybody had a lot.
Yeah,
it was the good old days, Daniel.
It took
what else
6
we got
months
here?
and $100 to make any game.
Yeah. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat came out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't get our Donkey Kong Country on the GameCube that I wanted. Or Donkey Kong 64, some like sequel to that. But we got Jungle Beat, and even though I heard good things about it, I didn't give a damn because I was like, I wanted Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I wanted a 3D Donkey Kong game. And till this day, Daniel, I have not gotten that because it went back to 2D.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, it got 82% on GameCube, and then there was a Wii version that came out.
There was a
got
Wii
81%.
version. Okay, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that came out years later, though. The Wii has not come out yet. But yeah, I mean, I saw good reviews on it. Even though Game Informer gave it 7.5, well, like for me, I always thought anything around the 7s was like a little disappointing. But even though, like, now looking back, like, there was some games on the 7s I liked, and I was like, yeah, it's not bad. It's just me. But nah, yeah, that was the low end. Yeah, because I'm trying to see. Oh, GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10. Even Edge gave it an 8 out of 10. Darn,
Wow.
man. Even Edge, yeah.
See, I played this game
They
a
like
bit.
this-
I don't think I got very far in it, but it sounds like it wasn't that long a game anyway. I would be kind of.
How much it
amused to
costs?
find. I want to say it was a discounted price because I don't think this one came with the bongos. I think you needed to have the bongos already.
Oh,
So I want to say it was like $30 or $40.
what was the other game with the bongos then?
What's that?
What was that called?
Donkey Kong.
Conga. Okay.
Yeah.
Donkey Konga. Was Donkey Konga rated really good? No, well, that's 76. I mean, it's still good, but I wouldn't. Yeah, this one got rated better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just compatible. Oh yeah, you don't have to have the bongos though. It's just compatible
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
with DK bongos.
I think the only reason I bought it was because I had the bongos for Donkey Kong.
I mean, yeah, you get some use out of them.
Still got the bongos around here somewhere.
Can you just
in
play?
the
Can you
empty
just
box.
play? Does it sound like bongos if you just play it without anything?
Not really. You know, it doesn't have.
Is it plastic? Is it a
sounds
plastic
like-
top?
Yeah, it's a plastic top.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's not really hot. Maybe it is a little hollow. I don't know. I'll have to find mine.
I think it's misappropriation that you're using them.
Just wait until you see
All
my
right,
get up when I'm playing them.
You got your like your dreads, huh? You got like your dread wig.
Yeah. I got my Donkey Kong pompadour wig. That big curl on the top, looking like Conan O'Brien.
All right, so we got Yoshi's Touch and Go came out for the Nintendo DS. Oh, we're in March now. March started with Brothers in Arms. My fault. So Yoshi,
It's unfortunately it's just kind of shitty. This is another one of those, like, I bought it because I wanted DS games at the time, and I liked even Yoshi's Story, which I think a lot of people are down on now. But it uses the aesthetic of Yoshi's Island. You play as Yoshi, but it's almost like an infinite scroller thing, and then you're just using the stylus to shoot eggs at Shy Guys and different enemies, and it's basically like a score attack game. It wasn't actually like a level-based game. I was very
it still got
disappointed by
73
that.
out of 100 on Metacritic, man. IGN gave it an 8.8. Good God.
What? Wow. We were definitely living in the, like, Nintendo gets a certain level of score regardless of what trash they release.
Yes,
like,
we
I
are.
probably would have defended
we still are,
it.
Daniel. I don't care what nobody says. Zelda did not deserve to get 10s. The Breath of the Wild or the other one.
We can talk about Skyward Sword now. Yeah, so I was very disappointed by this game. I'm kind of intrigued to read this review and then like revisit that game, because I just remember being disappointed that it was like, oh, they've released another mini game style thing on the DS because they're using this like silly touchscreen gimmick thing instead of creating actual games that utilize it. This was definitely like my like disillusionment with Nintendo, where it began.
All right, so this game announced for the Xbox that came out, Phantom Dust. Like this, I remember this being promoted a lot.
Same. That's the only reason I highlighted it, just because I remember it being such a thing that was promoted so largely for the Xbox.
Yeah, and it was like Japan Studios, and it was really promoted in Japan, pretty big too, to really push it, and it not being pretty disappointing. I don't even see a freaking Metacritic score on this damn Wikipedia site though. Though the Xbox, it was given an 8.5 out of 10 from IGN. One Up gave it an 85. Oh, okay, my fault, my bad. I thought it was maybe it was disappointing in sales. That's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about for the game. Yeah, because I think it was one of those. I guess it's kind of a cult classic because of just the sales. Because I think maybe it turned out to be a good game. I thought it was going to be a Devil May Cry type of game. Simon wasn't really paying attention to it, but I honestly knew nothing about the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know nothing about the game right now either.
Still there?
I mean, I know of it. Like,
I think I lost you.
Of the game. Hold on. I'm trying to reconnect to Daniel right now.
Oh.
Hello? Still there? Have you still there, Daniel?
Yeah. Now I got you back now.
Okay.
Skype did the zone out thing on me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know much about the game. I know it was a third-person shooter game. It has some collectible cards you can use with it. Like this is like one of those huge cult classes. I know they want to do a sequel, and I know that I don't think that ever happened. They did a reboot on Xbox One. I remember that was a big thing they talked about on Xbox One.
Oh yeah,
didn't really pan out or anything.
Never got Phantom Dust here. Yeah. I mean, hey, you want to put it up here? I don't know nothing really to say about this game. I mean, that was basically it. It's just this was a game that was so highly promoted for the Xbox at the time, but I really didn't know much of it more than that outside of it, just being a big thing, or at least being told that it was a big thing, and then really never anything coming from it, it feels like.
So in combat, the player, their ally, and their opponents use various skills powered by Aurora. They are collected around the level as the match proceeds in order to take their opponent's health bar to 0. Skills typically require 1 or more aura points to activate. I guess it's like your power and stuff. And there's also was multiplayer, allowing up to 4 combatants to battle with an arsenal based on their progress within the game. So what's the plot here? In Earth's far future, the surface has become an uninhabitable, dust-ridden wasteland, forcing the remains of humanity to take shelter underground. Some humans are espers, gifted with the ability to control the dust, allow them to survive the surface of limited periods. All humans lack much of their memories, with no records of how Earth has become this way. Espers are sent to the surface to find artifacts of the past and seek out the fabled ruins. The only shared memory The only shared memory all humans have. Okay. I don't even care about reading this. Yep. I'm sorry.
It's Interstellar, Dominic. There's a Dust Bowl.
Yeah. All right. So, also in 2005, YouTube was founded. Also, 20 years ago.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's huge deal. Yeah, YouTube was finally. I didn't really look at YouTube stuff until probably, when did I move to my place? 2007. Yeah, I probably didn't look at YouTube shit until 2007, and probably really 2008. Honestly, so it was like whenever that happened. The first time I really heard about YouTube was from Heroes, when the kid was like, he saw his sister and he videotaped it. He said, "I'm going to put it on YouTube."
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, I was like, what the fuck is YouTube? Yeah. It's like, because he said I was going to make so much money on YouTube. And the guy said, nobody makes money on YouTube. And nobody did at the time. Nobody made money on YouTube at that time. But now, a lot of people make money for YouTube. Tons of people. But yeah. So now we're going back to 30 years, 1995. And we got Chrono Trigger was released. This is huge. Chrono Trigger was released in Japan in 1995. It's this is one of the best RPGs ever. For a while, this is one of the best RPGs ever. Or some people probably still consider it one of the best RPGs ever. Yeah. And I remember my friend telling me about this. Not at this time. This was back. I was in high school, because when he was getting all the emulators and shit. Because he was saying, like, oh yeah, I'm going to play this game called Chrono Trigger, because I always read that this game was so great on Super Nintendo. And, like, we were all Genesis guys, so we all missed out on everything Super Nintendo. Because he was like, man, we really should have got Super Nintendo. All the really great games were up there. And I said, they ain't have Sonic up there, man, so I don't care. But, like, yeah, I was saying, like, but I was telling him, well, he would have, because he was, like, a few years older than me. So... Like, because when I was in high school, he was already in college. I think he was born in 3. He's probably like 4 years older than me. Yeah, because, he was like 4, almost 5. Like, because when I became a freshman in high school, he was a freshman in college. So, he said, Darren, I said, yes, I don't know if I would have, though, because I like Final Fantasy now, but I don't know if I would have liked it back Final Fantasy 3 or whatever back then. Chrono Trigger, I finally played that on the emulator. I love that game. I said, wow, this game is good. And it had so many endings. I don't know what ending I had. It was a good ending. I never had a bad ending or anything like that, because I think I mostly tried to do everything right. But just like graphically for that time, it was great. I liked it then. When I played it in freaking 2001, it was whatever. And the story was really good. It was really like it made you care about the characters and stuff like that. Like, excuse me. Yeah, and I only compare it to like Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 8 at the time that came out, and I was like, man, this story, man, is up there. I was like, wow, this was either ahead of its time or just a time I just never knew about. That's what it was. But yeah, it was great, and just the whole thing of you going to the past and affecting the future. That was, oh man, it was like, wow, like how they really did that. Like, oh, you did this thing in the past, and now you go in the future. Oh no, something's changed. And then you go in the future, you see like what from your present, and see what's really changed. You want to say, oh, we gotta make it better. We gotta do things in the past, and then like, yeah, it's like a very, like, I wouldn't say complicated, but it made it everything like it just like a story that I didn't think could be done like in a game like that, like to put all these elements into a game and make it so interesting. And like, yeah, I wanted to play through it. And yeah, I was like, wow, this game was great. And I also heard that Final Fantasy, 6 technically, was 3 for us, was some people were saying like how they still think that was better than 7, and I never did finish that. I always started that game, and I liked it, but I always stopped. And said, and then I did something else, and never went back. And I keep that to this day. I have started that game so many times and never really stayed with it. And I think at one point when I first played that, I got pretty far, but I don't remember. It's been so fucking long now. But yeah, I do want to play that game again. But Chrono Trigger, yeah. And then that's why, and another reason why we play Chrono Trigger is because we was getting Chrono Cross. Because that was really the reason he was really playing it. Because Chrono Cross came out, I want to say around that time, 2001-ish. 2001, 2002. And, yeah, so, but Chrono Cross was so different from Chrono Trigger. I was like, man, this is, I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it like Chrono Trigger, though. So I don't even know how stories even, I mean, I saw like elements of it in that game, but I still to this day don't know how they really connect. Boss came out 30 years ago. Rystar came out 30 years ago. This was a platforming game with a star. You know more about this game than I do.
Yeah, it basically reminds me of like a Rayman. Definitely came out of the like mascot platformers of the early 90s, and it seems like a decent game, but when I went back to it on the virtual console, it didn't necessarily grab me without the nostalgia factor.
You got nostalgia for the game? You ain't have a Sega Genesis.
No, that's what I'm saying. Without the nostalgia factor, it didn't really grab me in the
you
way
wouldn't
that
know.
like it.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't have no nostalgia with it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have nostalgia for it. Therefore,
but
I don't think.
But even if you did, you wouldn't know though. You wouldn't know there would be some type of nostalgia factor with it.
Okay. I mean, if I played the game when I grew up and I liked it, then I would have had nostalgia for it.
No, tell you what you like. Yeah, but that means you wouldn't have to like it though. But how would you know you would like it? That's the thing. You knew you would have liked it then.
Probably. I mean, I've got nostalgia for like those stupid Disney games, and you can tell me that they're good, but like they're just platformers from that generation. I didn't know what the difference between a good game and a bad game back in that day was.
Nah, you don't know what they are now, Daniel. Let's joke. But anyway, Tri-Ace company was founded also 30 years ago. These are the guys who did the RPGs like Star Ocean and others. They done a lot of RPGs. They're top of Square Enix now, but yeah, they actually they were founded then, but they were with Namco, to a Telenet and Namco, I guess, whatever, and they were working on a Tales game, and they had some disagreements, so they left them, and then they were on their own for a bit, I guess, and then they got bought by Square Enix. So now they're a part of them, and they're still around today. Star Ocean, but that's the biggest name I always think of, Star Ocean.
Right.
And that's it for games. We also got game covers, but I think I might hold off on the game covers, man, until next week.
Okay.
Because it's going kind of long. We can just go back to gaming news. So we're going to do gaming covers next week or next time we do the podcast. We'll see what happens. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. So now let's get to the gaming news. And we are doing the gaming news almost a week since we recorded, because we had some difficulties, but not much news has happened this week. So yeah, so we're still good for the past week. So what's going on?
All right, Dominic. So the newest news I'm put right here at the top, because Game Informer might be back. They're teasing an announcement for March 25th, which at the time of this recording is just a mere 2 days away from now. So yeah, I think we both were very disappointed about the closure of Game Informer. It's a lot of where we got our news. It was kind of one of the cleanest places to get some of the bigger, news stories from without too much nonsense. And also, obviously, they had their cover stories that they put a lot of work into. Magazines obviously are hard to be relevant in the year of our Lord 2025. But, they were doing God's work, Dominic. So what do you think about a return of Game Informer, though? Like, what do they do to be different from what they were before? I guess mainly from a business standpoint to actually be worth keeping around.
I guess they have to be more social. You got to get into what like people are into, like Discord, and they did have a podcast, but I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
They get more out there.
I do wonder what their numbers on their podcast were doing.
Yeah, and because the guys who went to MinMax, they were big on the podcast when they were with Game Informer, and that's how I really knew those guys. Thing is, I don't know, like, are they still with GameStop? Is this still I guess we'll find out, but there's a lot of questions. Are they still with GameStop? Are they still doing magazines? Is it just going to be digital? Or not even digital magazines. It's just going to be a site,
right?
A website, and like IGN or something.
Or is it just going to be a YouTube channel with a Patreon or something like that,
Oh yeah. So, I just want to know, like, are they still tied with GameStop? And then from there, like, what is this exactly? I'm glad that it's back. That it could be back. It seems like it's coming back.
And the people that are, like, supporting and retweeting and re-blue skying these things, it seems like this is a positive thing. It's not just GameStop bringing back this IP from the dead to, fuck it some more or something like that. It seems like the people that are genuinely excited about this are excited for a reason. So hopefully that allows us to also be excited for what it is. But
I got off topic, but like Blue Sky, what is it called? Like when you make it like a tweet in Blue Sky, what is that called?
It might just be posting too, which is kind of unfortunate for them.
I
have heard some people refer to it as skeeting, but obviously that is that's skiing? A whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the?
Because it's Sky. SKEET.
Okay, okay.
Like tweeting, right. But with Sky. So. Yeah. And mostly because it's a cum joke.
I know. Oh God. Yeah. I know that. That's why I was like, I don't want to use it, but because I was like, darn, it's got to be like a special term or something they got to use.
No, their official terminology is post. It's just a new post or a repost.
I love those terminologies that people use, for those fake, like social media stuff that they use in TV shows and video games. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, like, did those places like in Grand Theft Auto? I forgot what they call it there. Like, did they copyright it or whatever, or do they have ownership?
I'm sure they've got some level of ownership, so we'd have to pay them to be able to use whatever.
Because they're pretty good, but then it's like, darn, you can't use them. Like the game I play, the Being a Dick, it says Rooster. They call it Rooster, and I think it's called Clucks. I think it's Clucks is what the each like tweet is. But yeah, I forgot what Grand Theft Auto was. Yeah, because that was funny. All right, so what else we got?
All right, Dominic, next up, this is kind of one of the bigger ones that happened while we were away. Warner Brothers has closed down Monolith Productions and in turn canceled that Wonder Woman game they were working on. That was following the story I think we talked about before, our hiatus about Wonder Woman costing like an exorbitant amount of money and still being far off from release. So like part of it is not surprising, especially with the kind of the way the winds have turned for Warner Brothers as a gaming publisher. But at the same time, the loss of a studio like this at this level is kind of insane. And also that just means another several years before we see anything that could use the Nemesis system.
Yeah, that could use it and then don't. It's like it's just a system that just is gone. It's like it's so it's horrible.
Look, they've got Rocksteady working on another Batman game again. That's got to have the Nemesis system in it.
I mean, the Wonder Woman game getting canceled, that sucks, man. Like, there's potential of having that, just to see that. Like, I was curious what it would be.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that sucks. Was Gal Gadot going to play Wonder Woman in the game, too? Is that why it got canceled? Because of her comments?
Yes, that what it was? That's why, yeah. Warner Brothers, firm Palestinian, friends of Palestine, obviously.
Yeah. It's like, nah. I want to know, like, what company is, Is he like...
It depends on how much you're paying me, Dominic. Usually the Palestinians aren't paying much, so I'm going to go with very few companies.
But nah, yeah, that really sucks. Because I was
Target
really
is not
excited for that game.
Not acknowledging the genocide.
To see what it was. Yeah, to see what the Wonder Woman game was going to be.
Absolutely. That's the thing, right? Like, just to have this lost now forever. Like, I do... you hate to see stuff like the Naughty Dog leak. Well, not the Naughty Dog leak, the Insomniac leak. But at the same time, it gives you, like, such a perspective into the games industry that you wouldn't otherwise get. And you get to see these projects that, maybe would have never made it to a store shelf like this Wonder Woman game. It would be really cool to see what was made for that Wonder Woman game and maybe what was working and what wasn't.
Yep. Oh, well, so we always got Suicide Squad, though.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what else we got?
All right, next up, Dominic, the Saudi-owned Scopely Games division has purchased the Niantic properties, Pokemon Go and the Hogwarts thing and the Pikmin thing, and basically all of their data for $3.5 billion.
So the Saudis own Pokemon Go now.
Yep. They do.
The Saudis are in Pokemon. They are the... Oh, man, Pokemon money is Saudi money.
Yeah, that's just... obviously, it's what they wanted it for is what we all would have wanted it for. And by we all, I mean big corporations. The data. I mean, that's just so much human data, about how they move and what they do. And I don't know what that data actually could be used for, whether it's training AI robots or what have you. It's hard to be like, man, I'm mad that these people own it over any other corporation. But at the same time, obviously, there's a weird regime behind, all of this related to Saudi Arabia.
That's always my take with the whole Saudi thing, because it's like, I don't like, you tell me the stuff they do bad and everything, so okay, but I don't know. It's like, is there a good regime out here? I guess technically I'm supposed to say America is, but come on, man. I mean, it's like, but then, well, technically, like, companies they may be from America, but they're not. It's not supposed to be. We're supposed to not be, like government.
Yeah.
Or like, so it's different, but. Yeah, honestly, for news purposes, I like to talk about it, but honestly, I wouldn't care. Like, honestly, like, if the Saudis were, like, they own the game, it's like, okay, I mean, you got to go tell me you have to have a discussion of why this is bad, because right now I'm like I don't really care. Like,
This is
really
bad
matter.
because Saudi Arabia funded 9/11, Dominic, and now they've got all of our location data. So they're gonna set up a Pokemon Center at the New World Trade Center, and then they're gonna help terrorists bomb it again. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, the Saudis got the golf. They were the golf. What is the PGA or something?
Oh yeah, they've got the live golf now, or the live golf or whatever, right?
Yeah.
What's going on with that? I heard they were like competing. They're like fighting with the PGA, or they want to merge or something.
Oh, Daniel, I have no news on what's going on.
I think I only heard about that because like somebody asked Donald Trump about that, and they were like, "Oh, what do you want to happen there?" And he's like, "I just want to see some good golf
and some good wrestling."
And some good wrestling. Yeah, I want AEW and WWE to merge in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, the last thing I see about golf was like they were playing like Tiger Woods, like all these famous golfers. I saw Tiger Woods, and others. I mean, but there were other famous golfers.
Rory McIlroy.
Yes, he was there. Like they were playing like this golf game, like
the virtual golf, the indoor thing. Yeah, we were talking about that.
That's the last thing I saw. I was watching them play that. That was like almost maybe a month ago now. So
little did you know that was the Saudis. They trapped them in a building and they were like, "Play golf for us."
Because that's what I was thinking. I thought it was going to be. That's what I was thinking. I was like, "Oh, maybe this is the new golf thing that the people talking about." And said, "Oh no, this is that electric, like the freaking video game."
Strap Tiger Woods into VR. Let's go. All right, Dominic, next up, some Sony news. Sony is working with People Can Fly, former developers of things like Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment, on some kind of new property. They say existing IP from Sony, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's something that like we've seen before. It could just be that Sony owns the IP.
Oh, they're working on it, so nothing new, but existing. Yeah, I'm curious what it is then.
Now, I think the interesting thing is like
Jumbo is coming back, Daniel.
Oh yeah, okay. People Can Fly. They were working on the latest Gears, as far as I remember, as well. So. They're crossing the battle lines, Dominic. The console wars are completely over if they're now helping out Sony. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate to see it.
It's really disgusting. It's like this is not my gaming war. This is not what I grew up with, Daniel. I don't know what this is, and now this is when people just go crazy and stuff like that. This is like I still got flashbacks from the war. Like I can't be like with Sony or vice versa. I mean, I was a Sony guy, but then I got
then you opened your eyes. You got red pilled.
Yeah, exactly. I learned. Oh no, I was on the wrong side the whole time. Oh no, and then I went over to Microsoft, and now it's all over. Hell, I was with Genesis, Daniel. I was with Genesis.
So what you're saying is you've been on the wrong side of things the entire time. Got it.
Yeah, I've been. It's like this war. It's always been a war. It's always been someone fighting, and now this is all confusion. But no, yeah, People Can Fly. Yeah, good for them. I mean, I hope Sony does something great because I'm tired of these remakes. Like, this is getting ridiculous.
And I hope it's not a live service thing.
And I hope it's not a remake either that they're working on. That'd be really pissed me off.
Let me tell you about the Jack and Daxter remake from People Can Fly, where you can call people dick butts or whatever.
Now, if they do a remake, not a remaster, of course.
Yeah, an actual remake.
But if they do it, that'll be pretty cool. I just hope they don't be too much like Ratchet and Clank, where it's like, oh, we're going to really kitty it up, even though the kids aren't going to be playing. And so it's like
you want the Dark Souls of Jack and Daxter games. I get it.
Well, I say kitty up. I mean baby it up, not kitty it up, because I feel like Ratchet and Clank, they really went like as far as like gameplay wise. No, it's fine. Just story wise and stuff. The script like is very young, like beyond young. Like whatever. It's like yeah. So I hope they don't do that, but that'll be cool. But yeah, I just want to see something new. That I mean,
Yeah.
but what's sad is like it is existing at IP, but I hope it's something like a sequel or something that kind of does something different. I mean, I just
Yeah. Has a
I
different
just,
take on something.
yeah.
I mean, shoot, I
just
could see
something,
like
yeah.
People Can Fly are the types of developers that I wouldn't be surprised to see do like a Resistance game or even a Killzone thing.
Killzone, I was
Honestly,
about to say, yeah, Killzone. I was thinking about Killzone. Yeah, Resistance. Yeah. I mean, Resistance is one of those series that, like, it was one of those weird Insomniac series.
Yeah.
That
it's weird
just
that it's Insomniac. It's also weird that it had 3 games in one generation and then just disappeared off the face of the earth, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wonder what take would have been better for Resistance. Would it have been better to be more of a lighter take than what it was, like than being so dark and
Yeah.
not that as dark is fine, but it's just that it seems like Sony's best games are their lighter take games. Put like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like even though what's it called, Sun Drive? I mean,
Yeah, Sunset
it didn't have
Overdrive.
like Sunset Overdrive. I mean, even though they have like it didn't start a franchise or nothing, but it was still. I mean, I think it generally like it was a fun, colorful game. Like I'm more into that than what Resistance was, and
Yeah, which was just brown,
yeah. I mean, it
very
got
shades
better.
of gray.
Yeah, but yeah, it was almost like how it was like early Gears, like how Gears was, but Gears, Gears was all around, but overall it was just better, and then it gotten better. Like it got better over time, and I mean, this did get better, but it's just still wasn't. It doesn't have that catch, and
Yeah.
Killzone. I mean, Killzone looked like it was something. I mean that like I don't want that to be a lighter take. Like, no, I mean, but it's just didn't grab me enough. But maybe People Can Fly could make it like somewhere fun, like a much more fun experience, and they can bring it back and say, hey, I mean, bring Killzone back, or make it not only bring it back, really, just make it better. Because I mean, I just feel like it was always just okay. With that, but yeah, we'll see what they can do.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Sony, Dominic, and speaking of the console wars, another tower has fallen. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to the PS5 on April 29th.
I think games that like game like that, that can only
It's
help
good because now we can
game.
show Sony fans what an actually good racing game looks like.
Exactly.
None of this Gran Turismo trash.
You know what?
Drive Club.
That is something, Daniel. Because I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, I wonder how sales are going to be on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And because Sony they had a Gran Turismo, right? Was it Gran Turismo on PS5, or was that on 4?
So.
Or was it on both? It was on both, wasn't it? Was it on both?
Yes. 7 was on both, yeah, in 2022.
Yeah. So I wish you could get sales numbers on like just Pacific One, like PS5, not that, because the PS4, is the biggest install base. And there's news that Sony's right now it's selling faster than what the PS4. Like it's at the same point of time, it's selling more than what the PS4 is than it was at the same point of its like
in its life cycle.
It's that last it's like so that I guess that's good news. That's good news for Sony. I'm curious to see the sales, how they do, because I think this is the better game. This is the game because I can actually play. Like they actually make it. It's a game made for people to, like regular guys, like who are not huge racing guys. Like they don't really not the freaking realistic, simulator racers. But they still want to play like these racing games, and they make it easier for you. And I mean, this is a Horizon, which is a more arcade take on the
Yeah.
Forza series anyway, but still, I like when eventually another Forza is going to come to PlayStation. Like those games are made for people to get into that they for all guys, and like while Sony's kind of Gran Turismo stays more on the simulation side, and like that's fine.
It's a very hard thing to want to play sometimes.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Very
But
niche.
I think when you have both on the same system, like I wonder what's better. Like, I mean, I'm looking at what's like what looks like Forza would be better.
All right, Dominic. In some other news, we got Power Wash Simulator 2 has been announced, coming out later this year. No specific date. Got some new sudsy tech, but basically just kind of more of the same. Calm, relaxing, spray down.
Yeah, I want to know
what's
the improvements as far as that it has to be a 2. Like, what's the improvements they make?
Instead of just more DLC.
That's what I want to know. I just want to know, does it really look that much better? Or I
don't know about that much better, but it definitely seems like they have worked to improve the technology behind it. Too.
Did the other one have RTX stuff in it? Or this one
does?
No,
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we get some ray tracing bubble shadows or something
the mesh, whatever.
Mesh shaders.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, this is one of those, Power Wash Simulation is one of those weird games. It's just like those games you play, like, that's just really calming, and I don't know, man. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I played of it. It's crazy. But this one, I saw, like, you were cleaning floats and stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be some crazy stuff that you're going to be power washing.
I was going to say, I think that's the way you have to go, right? You just have to make everything more bigger and more extravagant and all that stuff. I was surprised.
Should do the White House. They should do like the White House. Clean the White House.
I'm cleaning up this White House. Nah, they don't want to make their game political, Dominic.
Yeah, you're draining. You're draining the swamp.
The swamp.
It's like,
You can either choose lib mode or doge mode. If you're doing lib mode, you just spray down the White House. It removes all the gold accents.
Yeah.
If you're doing doge mode, you get rid of all the poor people. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be spraying the Department of Education. You be spraying it disappears. It disappears.
Exactly.
It turns to like a Tesla
dealership, Tesla factory. This is where Cybertrucks are produced. Poor Linda McMahon's out of a job, Dom.
Oh yeah, they got to have where you clean Tesla cars and stuff.
There you go, detail shop, Tesla detail shop.
You even have
just be careful with the power washer. You might have a piece fall off or something like that.
Or it could be reverse power wash, where, like you said, lip mode, you mess it up. Car, and you have some type of special power wash to put bumper stickers to say that I support EV but not Elon or something like that.
All right, Dominic. Next up, we got Death Stranding 2. There was a 10-minute trailer released for that, which had a release date attached, June 26, 2025. There's a lot of allusions to Metal Gear Solid in this trailer, including what appears to be like a Metal Gear on the top of these weird organic monster heads. And the guy that looks like Snake when he puts on a bandana, because like most white people with that haircut that put on a bandana would also look like Snake. But you watched this trailer, right?
Yes, I watched it.
What'd you think? Was there anything that made you actually excited about this game?
Well, excited, no, but it was very Kojima. So if you are into Kojima stuff, you'll be excited. Like, I would have been excited in high school for this game. Right. Like, I would have been so like, deep. Oh my God, yes. I was like, yeah, exactly. I would have been like, yeah, it was so deep, and it's very oh my God, like this is going to be some of the best writing ever in video games. That this is going to be the Schindler's List or the it's going to be the Citizens Kane of video games or something like that. But
of course,
it's just, but I definitely would have loved it then. Now I'm kind of over Kojima. Like Kojima was a time thing for me. It was a thing that I was into as I was younger, but then when I got older, I realized some of the stuff wasn't. It was, it's fun and goofy, but it wasn't as deep as I think. And even though I know some people believe it is, I mean, some people think, they say they think it is deeper meanings to stuff where I don't really think so because I've never heard him explain it.
Yeah,
and it's always, and I always hate the excuse of like, oh, I like to leave an interpretation. That's like it's.
Then you didn't know what you were actually saying then.
Because then, I don't believe you. Because I just don't believe that you knew what you were doing then. I just say, oh, well, you don't know either.
Because it's one of those things where, like, anyone can attribute anything to it. And then it's like, oh, it sounds deep because this person added all these layers to what this shallow game actually said.
He did. Yeah. He said you did his work for him.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, and that's, I feel like,
and then when he comes out and explains something, he goes, "Oh well, she breathes through her skin. That's why she's naked." And it's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you aren't deep at all."
Yeah, no, exactly. And oh my goodness, for the people who really explain it, and I'd be like, I really hope you're in high school. Like, I hope you're in high school defending this. Like, not defending. Well, I want to say defending because I have nothing against it. If you want to have something like yeah, fine, or just say like. I like the people to be honest, be like, because we wanted a half-naked lady in the game. Goddamn. Like, I want to see, like, we know people, sex sells. We know this.
And we wrote a story around that. We started with this character design. Yeah, she looks cool. Yeah, and then we went from there.
We just made this great story about it. But people who defend, like, making it like, oh, nah, man, it makes sense that this does this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, shut up. It's like you don't need to, just who cares? Like people who like I like Bayonetta because she looks sexy. Goddamn, I mean what the hell? it's like I don't. You don't need to fit. Just say it. It's like you don't need to be embarrassed or whatever. This is what it is. But Death Stranding 2, like this is good for all the people. It's like I'm excited just for the story around the game. Like I'm excited for the story around the game, even though I'm not going to probably play it. Like I do still want to kind of go back to Death Stranding 1, though I hope my saves, because no, it's not. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass anymore. But so I would have to start over again. Oh fuck, right. Yeah, damn. I don't know if I can go through. I don't know if I can do that anymore. I wish I could start from where I left off, because I kind of want to go back. But then again, I want to play. No, I want to play the director's cut version now. Right. Because I want to play the so-called better version.
And those saves weren't compatible, if I remember, like the news stories at the time, were they?
No, they weren't. Yeah, so they're not. And I think Xbox is it's its own thing too.
Right.
So I mean, Xbox PC, because I don't think it's still not on console. Is it coming to console? Is that, or was the first one ever come to console?
It did eventually, right? Or was that just it launching on PC Game Pass? I can't remember now.
I mean, no, I know it just got to PC Game Pass, but yeah, I always felt like he said like, oh yeah, it's coming. You could be able to buy it on console.
Yeah,
now.
That was the one that Shadow dropped eventually, on the anniversary of. Yeah, he got the rights back to Death Stranding after like a specific anniversary, and then next thing you know, it just appeared on the Xbox store.
Is it a director's cut?
Yeah, it's the director's cut.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's $40 on Xbox right now.
So yeah, Death Stranding 2 is I mean, it looks like a Kojima game, so I'm sure people are going to love it. So that's cool. It's come out this year. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Potential game of the year, I guess. Probably not from us. Probably not for us. But
we'll see. I mean, I don't think a lot of people were like huge on that game when it first came out. Like it was on some lists, but it wasn't
nominated.
Yeah. But
that's also nomination. I'm just saying nomination.
You're talking about the Keeleys though, Dominic. He wouldn't snub that man.
That's what's important. That's what's important, man. It's like, I mean, you have to respect that though from Achilles, like a man. Who respects his
absolutely.
husband.
The loyalty, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's true love right there. All right. All right. So what else we got?
All right. Next up, Tony Hawk's 3+4 Remastered was finally announced. There were some rumors leading up to it, and then there was some teases, and then they actually announced it before we came back. That is being developed by Iron Galaxy and will release on July 11th this year. It will be on Game Pass.
Good for Iron Galaxy just be hanging around, like just doing all these games and stuff. Like, I would just think like they'll be gone. I mean, the first time I ever heard about was them doing the Killer Instinct, and they weren't. Who was the original guys? They're the ones that came in after, right?
They're the ones that came in afterwards because the other company was Double Helix, and then they got bought by Amazon.
Yeah. So that's the first I ever heard about them.
Iron Galaxy does a lot of picking up the pieces of things.
Yeah, they do, and get on them. They're like doing this remastered, and Tony Hawk 3 is where I really. That's my jump off for the series. I didn't play 1 and 2 on the PlayStation. I always read like good reviews, and then of course 2 being Game Informer's first 10 out of 10 game, and I was like, what? I said, what? I mean, but then I just thought it wasn't a game for me. Honestly, I was like, oh, because I lived at a time where it wasn't really a lot of black skateboarders. Like, so I thought it was a white boy thing. I was like, oh, this is white people. This is a white dude's thing. I mean, it looks cool, but it's like it's a white dude thing.
They were like, come on, we got Kareem Campbell in this game.
Yeah, you said a name. All right, so they
he's the only black man in the game.
So, yeah. I mean, I've seen there's a black guy there. But my friend got the game when it came on PlayStation 2, Tony Hawk 3. That got a lot of good reviews. And he was saying like, oh man, Tony Hawk 3, man, this game is really fun. I said, okay, let me go try it out. And I went and played it. And once I start learning the move, I said, oh, wow, man. It's like, yo, this is addicting. I said, this is cool. I was like, yeah. And I was playing the shit out of the game. So, yeah, that's why I was like, oh, wow, this game is really, really fun. So, that's why we jumped off. But I didn't buy 4 or nothing, though. I never bought any more of the series of the game. But I did. But Tony Hawk 3 was like, that was the game I played the most. And I think I got what I got. Yeah, I think, and then I just moved on. And I thought about it though, because I was gonna get either 4 or Underground, because I think wherever one was open world. I think like not
both of them sort of were. 4 was a lot more open. Like you kind of had this free skate situation where you would roll up to like NPCs and get quests and stuff like that. And then Underground was like much more open.
Yeah, so I think 4. Yeah, I think 4 I was looking at, and I was kind of excited for. It's like I do that, and I think I just didn't get it. I think because I think this is what I spend my money. So I was like really like,
right.
What do I really want? Yeah, I was like, what do I really want to have? So I never really did jump back in the series, but I always respected it though. Like, always looked at it and said like, oh, this seems really cool. And I think I did borrow Underground from either Games and Flicks or whatever thing where you borrow games from, like delivery games at the time. But yeah, man. I mean, this is cool. Like, I'm glad they're doing that. They're doing this game because this is what I remember. Yeah. I probably want to, and I wish they would just drop 1 and 2 on the Game Pass. I mean,
would be nice.
This whole Activision damn deal, like as far as us, I mean, we talked about it. I think we talked about last podcast. We talked about previous podcasts before. But
we talk about it constantly.
That it's not like for us. Is not work. It's not working out here. Like, it's not working out what we thought it would be.
It's not happening.
Yeah, because I'm like Bethesda. Yes, Bethesda didn't. Yes, we know like Bethesda game when they got to Bethesda, it didn't drop right away, but they dropped. It eventually we got a lot of stuff from them, and it didn't take long though. It didn't take long, and it's like we're over a year. Well, actually, I don't know when did the Activision deal. We're almost at a year. We're almost at a year, right? We're almost at a year officially. But it shouldn't take this long to drop. Like, we should have quite a few games right now. on Game Pass under Activision.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous, like, that you can't, like, Diablo thing, I know that's probably something to do with Ubisoft having to do with the cloud, something. I guess Ubisoft is just specific games, because Crash can be played on the cloud, and that's Activision. So I guess it's, like, just specific games. Maybe it's Blizzard games. I don't know. But even if Ubisoft has the rights to that, I would feel like you would just work with them and say, all right, you want to make some money? Put this shit out on the cloud so that people can play. I don't know. It's like, it's just yeah, man, it's just so frustrating. Like, it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, man. So what else is going on with Microsoft?
All right. So next up, there have been rumors, obviously, about a Xbox branded handheld, basically since the success of the Steam Deck has kind of jumped off.
The X-Boy. That's what we call it.
That's what it was always referred to when people, during the original Xbox, we're talking about them potentially jumping in alongside like the Vita and all that stuff and the PSP. It sounds like they're not going to be releasing an Xbox produced piece of handheld hardware in the near future, but we could potentially see by the end of this year a different manufacturer making an Xbox branded handheld. I think the strongest rumors out there right now are Asus being the ones. They obviously have the ROG Ally, and they also have had kind of a collaboration with Xbox in creating their, like, I think you would get Game Pass for like 3 months free or something like that, because their system did actually run Windows as opposed to Steam OS like the deck does. When we've talked about this in the past, I'm less interested in a branded piece of hardware and more interested in Microsoft just making the necessary changes to Windows to allow for it to operate on a handheld like this more smoothly. Yes. So that, you could potentially get whatever piece of hardware you deem the best, whether it be the Steam Deck or whatever, because even on the Steam Deck, you can sideload Windows. So if there's a more compact game friendly for handhelds version of Windows that I could load up on a Steam Deck and then just run games that are not natively supported, or more so games from the Xbox store, because I have Game Pass, don't need to stream it like some people do with that stuff for the Steam Deck. That would be, a major selling point, as opposed to what we see now, where it's like, okay, well, I could get the Xbox branded thing, but maybe that isn't, compatible with the Steam Deck stuff as well, and the Steam stuff, but that's not as compatible with the Microsoft stuff.
Now, I got a question about this. Like, when they say, like, they're Steam Deck certified, like, but besides the graphical stuff, like, it's saying, like, it can run well, like, screen size, like, is it, like, the game is actually fixed for that screen size, so things are proportionate?
Yeah, so that is one of the criteria for them, is, like, is the UI, legible well on a screen size the size of the deck, and that's why you'll have some games that aren't as much.
Yeah, because that's a problem for me on the phone with the Xbox Cloud. Is that even games that say they can do well, because I always thought when they say, hey, games you can use the touchscreen on, I'm thinking like, oh, they've been modified to look okay on the phone. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. And then, like, some UI, I'm looking, it's like, oh my god, I can't read these words. I gotta put the phone close to my face. And then, like, or some games, the characters look too small or something, and it's like, it's nice that it can run on my phone, but I can't. I wish there was a zoom. I'll be looking for, like, oh, please let it be a zoom where you can zoom closer. And they don't. Some games don't have that, and it sucks because, like, see, it's not modified. It's modified for it to be on the TV. It's still modified like it should be on a bigger screen, I should say, than a phone game. So I was like, do I need to get a bigger phone? Get a bigger phone, Daniel.
The answer is always get a bigger phone, especially as you get older, Dominic. Just wait until you're starting to pitch into that text, and you need the larger size text on your text message.
See, that's the accessibility option should be old people mode and have these things like huge but they fit. They all fit in the screen though somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, but that I believe is one of the criterias for like being Steam Deck verified is having inappropriately sized UI, whereas like the yellow like mid-tier runs on the Steam Deck but isn't necessarily verified with the green check mark. I think that's the kind of stuff that you then can see kind of fall by the wayside and not meet that specific level. But speaking of Microsoft and Steam, there was some Microsoft promotional material that came out that included an option for Steam on there. So people have been speculating for a while now that the next Xbox would could potentially in fact have some sort of Steam integration as we move into something that is maybe closer to just a PC in a living room friendly box as opposed to what we have now, which is a lot of PC components, but still kind of curated in a way, but for the console manufacturers. That obviously I feel like is a win for us as consumers if we can buy an Xbox or what is now deemed an Xbox, whether it be, a micro PC or whatever that just has that branding on it. And then allowing us that freedom to do that. Because again, when we're talking about the handheld stuff, like just give me the freedom to have both. I don't want to have to choose between this or that. I just want the ability to do either. So if that is the future we see for the Xbox, then maybe Microsoft does have a more viable option for selling hardware if that's something that they do want to in fact continue doing. Because then you do open up the idea that you could even have Sony games on your quote unquote Xbox because they're releasing all these PC games. And at that point, like, I don't know, maybe they could somehow, restrict you from playing that on the quote unquote Xbox. But at that point, it just seems petty, right? So
yeah, it would definitely be petty.
Maybe that's Microsoft's like roundabout way to go, oh, we're giving you all of our exclusives, but we're going to get some of your exclusives some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
So we'll see if that turns out to be true. But that definitely throws some interesting stuff into the fire, especially since it seems like Gabe at Valve has been pretty adamantly anti-Windows. So seeing them come together would be interesting. All right, Dominic, and then the last story I've got here is rumors, speculation, but it seems like it's pretty well backed up from a lot of sources. Elder Scrolls Oblivion is getting a remake, and we could see it as soon as April.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
We could actually see it as soon as March, but it could release as soon as April. Sorry.
Yeah, that is crazy if that happens. But the Elder Scrolls rumored remake, I think that's pretty good. And because I would love to play that game again and to play it with more modern controls and modern quality of life stuff. Hopefully they don't stay so true. Like, we're going to stay true to the original. I was like, no.
And that's what I hope mostly is just like, not only is it a graphical upgrade, because the rumor is that it's going to be running on Unreal Engine 5. I'm hoping we do see some of that, improvements as far as like gameplay goes.
I don't want to jump everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, because the way they did the leveling system was more of like, if you use that specific feature
attribute or whatever,
or
trait,
attribute, it will level up. So it's like, hey, if you swing your sword a lot, your sword is trait going to go up.
It's one of those things that, like, when you read it, it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, and then you play it, and you're like, this isn't nearly as fun as I was hoping.
Exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, that's what's the. It doesn't turn. Yeah, it doesn't turn because, like, realistically, it's like, if I keep using this weapon all the time, I should be better at it. I should get better at it. If all I do is like kind of be agile and stuff, like really dodging or doing stuff, I should get better. But then it gets to the point it just doesn't work out that way. So it's better to just give us the points and tell us, or have it set where like you pick this specific ability, so your stats are better here, and you can do it here now. So you level up those just abilities or whatever. But Oblivion, I have not played that game in so long. I mean, it was probably a year after it was released when I played it, and that's where I really got into the Bethesda games. I definitely want to get my hands on that again.
Definitely. Yeah. It's kind of crazy if we see it drop that soon, especially if it announces that soon. I would be weary if I were them, pushing into March, because obviously Nintendo is, going to be releasing some big news then, but here's to hoping maybe this is their counter programming, or maybe they're going to say this is a game that's coming to Nintendo as well.
It's just weird that you want to advertise this. So I'm thinking, like, is it like that big of an upgrade then?
Right, like how serious of a remake, or is this closer to a remaster than a remake?
Remastered than remake, yeah. Because I'm just thinking, like, man, this is big news. Like, you want people to know about this, and they're going to come out potentially come out in April. That's where your other two games are coming out.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. I didn't even think about that, because that's when the South of Midnight comes out, right?
Yeah, South of Midnight, and then what's it called? Let's see, the order 1886.
Oh right, the Citizen Kane 3376 Expedition thing. Yeah, Expedition 33.
Which is so funny because it is Immortal. That's why I got confused with Immortal 33.
I did too. I was like, oh, that game's out already. And then I was like, wait, that doesn't look like that one. I don't think it's that one.
That's why I got confused. I was like, oh, man, they both got 33s in there.
That comes out April 24th. So if this does come out in April, when does that game even come out?
April 1st.
Because then April shortly Fools, after that, in May, you've got Doom the Dark Age, too. So, this area is packed.
Yeah, who bet this rumor? This I
don't know.
Like, if this rumor doesn't pan out, then it'd be like, this is a stupid rumor.
This was a stupid rumor all along. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
that definitely seems crazy, because April 8th, you got South of Midnight. 24th, you got Expedition 33. And then in May, early on the 13th.
Man, I'm really excited after Expedition 33. After seeing some more of it. I mean, I'm excited for Midnight, too. I mean, I'm not taking away from that.
Yeah, that game looks cool.
But just that, the Expedition 33,
that wasn't really on your radar at all.
Yeah. It really wasn't. Because I was just... Yeah, and then after looking at that long preview that people got to play, I'm, really excited. I'm like, wow, these games are both coming out so soon together. I mean, I'm glad they're coming out. I kind of wish somebody could have came out freaking last year.
Yeah.
Especially Avowed. God damn. That came off... I'm like, I got a little bit back into it. But playing it, I mean, it's an okay game, but it's just I just got so many games on my plate. I just know that I feel like if I'm not finished Avowed by the time midnight comes, I'm moving on to that game. I'm not even going to bother saying I'm going to finish Avowed first. Nah, I'm moving to that because I feel like Avowed, I know what that is, and it's okay. I really want to know what South Midnight is because I just think, I hope it's the better game. Really, no offense to Valve, but it's just that I know what you are. You're you're similar to what the Bethesda games are, but you're not the budget like theirs. But you're okay. But there's nothing there that really got me like sticking. Like, oh, I want to play some more a lot. So because you're not even grabbing me. Listen, yeah, you're not even grabbing me away from a game. I think maybe even worse than yours, which is Dragon Age, and I just want to finish that game. So, and like you're not doing, it's not even enough for that. So I'm like, yeah, it's just not clicking. But yeah, Xbox, man, yeah, they got some game. They got some games. Finally, just that you just waited too long. Like Sony was giving it to you. I mean, I'm not giving it to you as in like they were doing good. I mean, they were like giving you a chance to really make some big strides. Because Sony, yeah. I mean, overall, Sony hasn't really done much. So it's like, this was your time, Microsoft. This was your time, and you just let it just wander. It's just gone. And I mean, I don't know. It's like you got those studios, but those games did not come out just fast enough, I guess, man. It just sucks. Cause all Sony did was just put out games that were on both of their old console and their new console and remakes.
In a relatively regular pace. It was just consistency.
Yeah. And like they weren't putting out they're putting out super heavy hitters either. But they did get those third parties. But thing is, you had studios though. It's not like you didn't have studios. You had studios to put something out.
Yeah.
And it just didn't come out fast enough. I mean, I don't want them to be rushed out. I understand, but I'm not saying like what you did was wrong because I don't know what you did wrong because I don't know what's behind the scenes.
Shouldn't have had to rush them out.
Yeah, but I'm saying
You've
that
had plenty of years.
The window, you had a window. You had a window that is like a potential window of things that you could have really had things rolling, and it didn't. It didn't. I mean, that's to say it sucks for everybody. So it's like it's just only they consistently put out things that were on both consoles though, and it's like darn. So what's the point of having a PS5? Right. I mean, like then and what pissed me off is that because now I know what the whole deal was is that they weren't going to release it probably on PS4. If the PS5 has sold probably somewhat better or something, they probably just left it exclusive. If things were like the money was rolling good, that was exclusive PS5. And then people would have fell for, oh, this only can be played on PS5. And now I know. I say, oh no, that's not true at all. People are just not putting it on the other system.
Yeah, they're not that making the choice to not.
Yeah.
And even if that takes a little more work to make happen, because like obviously there's some work involved there.
Oh yeah,
to get it up and running. But yeah, like if all it took was a little motivation on our side to get them to do that, which was not necessarily buying their console as fast as they wanted, it speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes to like this is not the graphical leap of like yesteryear.
Yeah.
This is not
It's not Super Nintendo to 64.
Yeah, exactly. It's not where it's like it can't possibly be put on that system. Like it's nothing like that. Like those days are gone. I mean, and like for us, it's like for us and like a lot of people like us, it's something that had to get used to because we were used to that. Like saying like, but that's what I thought. Cause like my friends, they just think like if we get another system. Yes, they want it so nowadays you can play the old games, but they're thinking like the games that are made for this system cannot be played on the other system like it can be possible.
Yeah.
But you kind of shatter that when they saw like these systems come up because it's like, darn, all these games can be played on the Xbox One.
Yeah. The sad reality is I don't think that's been the case since the jump from the Xbox to the Xbox 360. I mean, that was the last time we saw a definitive jump.
Yeah. Yep. That was it. That was the
system. That was a long Gears
generation.
Of War.
And that was a very long generation.
Absolutely, yeah.
The Xbox 360, PS3. I mean, I know some people are saying
probably partially because they were trying to figure out how they could make that next jump, and I don't think either console manufacturer actually figured it out.
Yeah, while Nintendo was figuring out how to just make it
wacky
cheap
gimmicks
and
on it.
still make money. Yeah, make it something like original, but I give it to them.
Absolutely, no, absolutely. They gave people a reason to actually buy a different piece of hardware, and they always kind of have.
I mean, just think of the so-called what we would call failures. I mean, like Nintendo had, but they had something to make up for it. Like it made those failures, like the Wii, like the most recent one, the Wii U, but the Switch is so huge.
Yeah,
man, it's like that Wii U failure. It's like, man, it's not hurting.
And also, you can
no more.
see in the development of that console what they were angling for. Like, it is very much a precursor for the Switch. They almost built, I say almost, but maybe they did intentionally build the Wii U with the intention that the next thing would be the full step, and then they would get there and hopefully have the success that they did, and then in fact then find with the Switch by merging their handhelds and their consoles. Whereas it's always just been a power chase between the other two, and we quickly ran out of power, because literally you think about it, like the Super Nintendo to the 64, obviously just astronomical jump, right? And then even something like the 64 to a PlayStation 2 or
GameCube.
Yeah, a GameCube or an Xbox. Again, just kind of mind-blowing in the level of graphics that you could go from. You'd look at something
saw, like, wow, things were blurry on that 64.
Yeah. Like, you look at the Star Wars Rogue Leader on the GameCube, and then versus like an N64 game, and that was absolutely mind blowing. That's when we would see
huge.
Oh, there's denim texture on Mario's pants in Smash Brothers, and before he was literally untextured polygons.
You know what's funny? It's like my mind always thought like, oh, it was always there. You just had to squeak the graphic. The graphical power wasn't powerful on the system. It wasn't like they didn't make it. It was like, oh, it was there. It was just say so. If we can put the regular Mario on this system, we'll see the denim.
Exactly. Enhance.
Yeah.
But we did not get that when we jumped to the PS4 and the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that since.
Just one. It was just one.
Sorry. Just the Xbox One.
The stupid-ass titles, man. Stupid-ass console names at that point.
The One, and then the One X, and then the Series, and the Series X and the S. Yeah. Like, for 2 generations now, we have not seen the level of improvement that we saw in those. And I get it. Like, I mean, I didn't talk about it earlier in the show because I hadn't played it at that point, but like playing Assassin's Creed Shadows now, like I look at this game and it's impressive while not being impressive at all, right? Like there are aspects of the game where I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, this is a really good looking game. And then they zoom into someone's face and you're like, man, this looks like something I could have been playing on the Xbox 360. Now, obviously, it would have been blurrier because it would have been a lower resolution. And I'm sure there are like little intricacies that maybe I'm missing even that wouldn't be possible. And obviously, like the scale of things too, right? But if I'm just in like a one-on-one conversation,
just be low. Just make it like a loading area then.
Yeah,
like somewhere.
It very much feels like nothing has changed. And I think that obviously coupled with me aging is what has kind of slowed down my like interest in getting into the next game and the next game. Like there used to always be something new and exciting. And now there's more of the same and less interesting.
The black man ain't doing it for you, Daniel, huh?
That's what it is. It's specifically that. Even though they barely even scraped the surface of his story so far. So, yeah. No, and that's not to say it's a bad game. It's just you and I were talking about this before we started recording, but in a lot of ways, this game kind of shows it's not age, but maybe it's kind of a development philosophy in that you look at a game like this and you look at the trailers and the media that they put out, and it's very much sold as a AAA game. But then you get into it and it's like, this woman doesn't even touch the doors when she opens them. Like there's no level of effort made into like the quote unquote realism of it. Whereas like back in the day, it's like, look at how Nathan Drake steps on every single step as he goes down the stairs, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously like those games are on two different levels of scale in world size. So like you have to pick and choose like what details are important to you.
Thing is, I mean, yeah, but then you got games that like Rockstar and what they did with Red Dead Redemption. Like, that's an open world game, but they got it where it looks like he touched the doors.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's why like it's a game philosophy choice, right? Because in a lot of ways, because you have so many of those like animations in a Red Dead, it almost feels like they're taking some of that control away from you because you press to interact with something and then it goes through this kind of long drawn out, even if it's like seconds long, right? But it feels more heavier because you're like, okay, now he's going to grab the doorknob and he's going to turn it and he's going to move it. And, you know, I can't interrupt this animation. Whereas like Assassin's Creed, you're just like, I press the button while simultaneously running through this door that is barely even opened yet. So obviously like it's kind of a gameplay choice at the same time, but when you're showing your game as like this spectacle, that's the level of detail that I'm starting to expect as a consumer of these products. And when that's not there, it makes me like, oh, okay, maybe we're not in the next generation, quote unquote, of things, you know, maybe this hardware wasn't necessary for this. Yeah. So in a lot of ways, we've talked about it as far as like the AI and even the ray tracing stuff, right? Where it almost feels like we're going in these directions more to ease development than we are to actually produce a better product, because it's like, oh, we're doing ray tracing because we used to be able to show basically exactly what you were seeing before, except we had to hand do all of that and bake that in. Whereas like now the computer just takes all of the immense power that it has and performs that task for us. And it's like, okay, well, like now it feels like you're offloading some of the work that you were doing onto me or my hardware, which means I have to buy fancier hardware and more powerful hardware. And in a similar fashion, it's like, okay, instead of you taking the time to produce Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Burning Shores, whatever the one is, Burning Shores is the DLC, Forbidden West, for Horizon Forbidden West, for my PS4 hardware, which I already have, you want me to buy a PS5 because it would have been easier to develop, you know, a game that it looks as good on that system because of the raw power of it. You know, we don't have to optimize as much. You see that a lot with like the Japanese games for a while there, where it's like, we can only release on the PlayStation because they're using Blu-ray discs, and we can't make this work on the Xbox because they have DVDs. And it's like, well, you've proven time and time again, if you just compress the audio a little bit, you could have very much done that. Metal Gear Solid 4. So yeah. Anyway, that is my diatribe to end the news section of this podcast. Anything else from you, Dominic?
Oh, nah, I'm good. We can go on to new releases.
All right, new releases is going to be kind of a long one, but we'll go through. If you hear anything you like that we haven't either already talked about or you want to extrapolate on more, we'll give it a stop. First up, Avowed. It's been a while since we've been gone, so Avowed is now out on the PC, Xbox Series X and S, and on Game Pass, of course. Pretty positive on that. I think I talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the show. Or no, I didn't, because I completely forgot that game released since it came out. I didn't really play all that much of it, though. Just kind of getting started in it. The world seems pretty well done. It's very talky, so I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, Dominic. I'm just in a place where, like, these games are taking up a lot of my time, and in some cases, that time is very much not playing the game. And
oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, like, speaking earlier about Kojima, like whether he knows what he's talking about or not, the game industry has definitely taken one thing from Kojima, and that is turning every video game into a movie. Because Assassin's Creed Shadows, I have played like an hour and a half, 2 hours of, and I think the gameplay portion of that has been a total of like 30 minutes. Because everything is like a 10-minute cutscene here and a 5-minute cutscene here and another 10-minute cutscene here. And it's like, man, if I just wanted to get into this, I was trying to remember back to like Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and like, was it this heavy-handed with the dialogue, or is this something newer? And I feel like the story is probably somewhere in between, right? Like, I definitely remember there being quite a bit of cutscenes in those games, but I also remember a lot of like following somebody to, listen to a story, which they also do in this game. They even have an auto follow now, so you just hold down A one time and then you just follow that person across the countryside while they tell you the story until they're done. But it takes away from my time interacting with the thing, and it feels like in a interactive medium there are better ways to push this medium forward and make it interactive with us and to make it engaging, instead of just taking the control away from me and making me sit here and watch your thing for 10 minutes. So anyway, and Avowed, I don't necessarily think, I think Avowed probably does a little bit better of a job at that. I don't know how many cutscenes there are necessarily, but you do get, Avowed, stuck really, into those face-to-face conversations, but at least
that's
you're
part
participating.
Of the game. Yeah, that's part of the game.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, they give you those choices.
Cutscenes, I didn't notice. I mean, I think it's just like how Bethesda games were.
Yeah.
With cutscenes.
Few and far between.
Yeah.
All right. Any thoughts on Avowed before we jump to the next one, Dominic?
No. I think I spoken up. I mean, it's a fun. I mean, it's an art game, but it. I mean, it's art. I mean, I haven't played a lot of it. I've done quite a few quests though, but I just got to the part when I got to the bigger part of the city, and yeah, it's. I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's. I mean, if you like Bethesda-like games, it's okay. And if you liked Outer Worlds. Yeah, it's kind of that with just the more of the
fantasy version.
What I'm looking for. Yeah, more fantasy, not science fiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, basically. So, but it's not as like I don't look at it as like how people looked at Starfield, like what the Starfield would be. Like it was the next huge Bethesda game. I mean, it was. It just people were disappointed in it. But it was like, this is not that. And because like it's not like Bethesda, because like not everything is breakable. It's not like that where Bethesda's like everything you can pick up, you can pocket in and stuff. No, it's not that deep. I mean, it's like how, like I said, Outer Worlds. I think it's closer more to Outer Worlds than that.
All right, Dominic. Next up, we got Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. That's out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. What do you think, Dominic? I mean, you still got to get around to Infinite
I still got to play the other one. Yeah, so that's why I'm not thinking too much. I'm glad that I can play that. Have that game too. Eventually I will. But I didn't look at reviews for it. The reviews I saw was just basically what I thought. Like, people say it's basically like more of the same if you like those games. All right, so we're back in something like a dragon, and I gotta play the first one until I get this one. I know the reviews were just saying it's pretty much the same as the other games. So, all right, so what we got next?
All right, Ninja 5-0 or Ninja Cop is out on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5. This is a game I played back in the day on the Game Boy. I want to say it was Game Boy Advance game. Very similar side-scrolling ninja action to like a Ninja Gaiden, or it also reminds me a bit of Bionic Commando because you got like this kind of hook shot thing. And also I never really played Ninja Gaiden or Shinobi, so I'm not quite as familiar with what whole arsenal they had. But I really like that game a lot. It was one of these games that I probably just stumbled upon because I was emulating basically everything back in the day. And I actually liked it enough to like continue through playing. A lot of things I would just kind of jump in, test it out a little bit and see, and fall away from it and not worry about it. But this one stuck with me, and it wasn't until more recently that I heard that it was like this kind of hidden gem thing, and it was hard to find and kind of rare because they didn't really make a lot of copies of this game. So it's nice to see it really released and have people, be able to actually access it now in a more convenient way instead of just pirating.
Is it just on Nintendo Switch?
No, it's now it's on PC, PS4, and PS5 as well. Which I'm surprised it's not on Xbox, which is kind of messed up. But yeah, now that I'm like looking at what I said,
everything's an Xbox right now.
Everything is an Xbox, Dominic. So yeah, it's just not on Game Pass. Maybe it'll come to Game Pass eventually. All right. Speaking of my childhood, Dominic, Glover is back. Now he's on the Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series
little
X
helper.
Yes. He was not cooking up good food, though. He might have been actually cooking up a very bad game.
How many fingers does Hamburger Helper have? He has only four fingers, too?
I don't know. Does Glover only have 4 fingers?
Yeah, he only has 4.
Oh, that's creepy. I don't know. I feel like Hamburger Helper's got all 5. 4 fingers and a thumb.
Oh. But then,
I could be wrong.
He's just a disabled cousin.
No.
Because he lost a finger. Or he was born without one.
The magic took the finger, Dominic. That's what it was. In order to get the magic and the ball that he bounces around on, he had to trade that in. Yeah, definitely not the platformer that I thought it was back in the day, because I had gotten this for the PC for my birthday or something like that from a friend, I want to say. And my PC was not up to playing it. And then when I got around to playing it,
Daniel.
Yeah, he didn't know my PC specs. That was messed up. Or maybe, I'm trying to think, like maybe I bought it for him, but then I wasn't sure that his PC was going to play it, so I got him something else instead, or I don't remember. Either way, I ended up with it, and it didn't work on my PC. And then by the time I played it, I was like, this is wholly disappointing. All right. Next up, Dominic, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's now out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. And, it's another Monster Hunter game. Doesn't really fall to our taste
Some people
much.
they're saying there's a little too easy. Some people are saying.
Yeah.
The big Monster Hunter fans.
I would imagine that's just chalked up to Capcom wanting to expand how many people can get into this. Maybe this is the one that we could get into because we're not just bashing away at these monsters for way too long, like it always felt like with those other games. But if that's the gameplay that people were looking for out of it, and that's not what they're getting now, I could see how they would be more disappointed. Alienate the more core audience to try and expand your audience a bit. All right, next up, we got PGA Tour 2K25. That is out on the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. You got Tiger Woods and family on the cover. And by family, I mean Max Homa and Matt Fitzpatrick. I had to look up who was on the cover because I did not recognize anyone besides Tiger Woods.
Oh, they ain't got a son yet.
Does his son play golf?
I know he plays golf, but I don't know what he. Oh, I don't think he's part of them. Maybe whatever age group or whatever he does. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I don't know any specifics on his son.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the series where they've, I guess combined it with the golf club, or the golf club became this, because I can't remember if they weren't really making golf games before they absorbed the golf club company, were they? Because EA was making the games.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting to see those guys create kind of this like indie golf thing that is now morphed into the next big Tiger franchise.
Now, I guess they're going to make a world like how they do with basketball and WWE.
They've got to, right?
Island.
Like, I don't know if they've already got the Masters in here, but like when they get the Masters or they get the live or whatever tournament or whatever, they've got to create an island where there are card packs. Old golf video game players love that stuff, I'm sure. All right, next up we got Turok. That's now out on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Night Dive has released a upscaled version of that original N64 game for modern consoles. You can of course play that on the Nintendo Online service as well. I did try jumping back into that. Man, it's not a game that ages well.
No, yeah, I play with my friends on the Switch, on the Nintendo Online, and no, it's not. And I mean, because the controls were just, oh man, playing that and then playing Perfect Dark, the controls were just, oh my god, they were awful. I did not. Oh man, I could.
It's one of those things where, like, on paper, it seems like, oh wow, Turok was like kind of ahead of the curve, using the C buttons as kind of like your directional buttons, and then using the stick to free look and stuff like that. But then, like, in execution, in trying to do that, it's all just kind of this jumbled mess before we got dual joysticks.
Yeah, Nintendo is telling you to buy the N64 controller.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold two of them, and then you can play properly. All right, next up, Dominic, Carmen Sandiego is back, not starring Jennifer Lopez. This is PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and of course on phones. Because, like, why would you make this game if you weren't going to release it on phones? Yeah,
is it good? I mean, because I want to play Carmen Sandiego. I want to learn about the world.
This is a bad time to learn about the world, Dominic. Things are changing. Things are going to be all over the place. This is going to be outdated, just like all your Encyclopedia Britannicas in no time.
Greenland and Canada's going to be states now.
Yep.
And then it's going to be called the Gulf. It's called the U.S. Gulf, or the Gulf of the U.S. Or
Gulf of America.
Gulf of America. Okay.
Gulf of America. I just want the chief back. That's all I want, Dominic. She got bossed me around. All right, next up.
Yeah.
2 Point Museum, Dominic. We've moved on. We did the college. We did the hospital.
Yep. They're doing some cool games with that, man. Like the museum, it's gonna be like the night in the museum, basically.
I want 2 Point Dinosaur Park. Give me that.
Where you can get the dinosaur park with the skeletons from the museum. That's what it will be.
Okay. All right, next up we got Frag Punk. That's now out on the PC. This is a game that I thought was out for a while, and then started seeing a lot of ads. What game is called? Frag Punk.
Oh.
It's an online shooter in the vein of like a now I can't even think of Valorant or, like the Ubisoft one that existed for like a day.
Oh, wow. So, okay. So, good luck.
Yeah, pretty much. There was a lot of advertisements, so I don't know if maybe that's, worked out for them or not, but, hopefully. We got Split Fiction, Dominic. This came out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Oh, yeah, it's getting great reviews, selling really well. Shout out to Joseph Ferris for doing it again, I guess.
Yep. Curse away, my friend. Curse away.
Yes. It's an Oscar-worthy game. It definitely seems cool. We'll see if I ever have the opportunity to play it, but definitely seems all right. We got Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunin Unification Wars out now on everything, PC,
I
Nintendo
did not know
Switch,
they had
PS4,
subtitles
PS5.
for those games.
I did not either. Is it Suikoden 1 is Gate Rune and Suikoden 2 is Dunin Unification Wars? So. Or is it...
I just want to know, yeah. I wonder were they always there? I don't know. But, because I remember seeing a subtitle on that cover of Suikoden 1. I had Suikoden 1.
Yeah.
But, I mean... People who are fans of the games, they're all right. There's some quality of life stuff in the game. I think it was the one review I read said they feel like there was enough. Like they feel like they could have done a little bit more. But I don't know. Like maybe if new people will like it, but I feel like if you play that other game, the game I played, that was a spiritual successor to it, which it was called Eiyuden Chronicles or something like that.
Eiyuden Chronicles.
Yeah. Then maybe like you should give it a chance. People said like Suikoden 1 was okay, but 2 was maybe the best. So I kind of do, want to play this, but man, it's going to be pretty much time consuming. So I was like, I'll wait because, damn, my Trails game came out, the sequel to that, and god damn it, I didn't finish last one, and then I lost my save. So now I'm like, I was at the very freaking end, so it pissed me off. So I might have to watch that shit on YouTube or something. Damn. Yeah. All right. So what else we got next?
Next up we got Mullet Mad Jack. That's now out on the Xbox and Xbox Series X and S, and also on Game Pass. Dominic, you were telling me you played this a little bit.
Yeah, man. The game is fun. It's like you go through the stages like they're really quick. You have to be because you only got 10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
It's like some kind of post-apocalyptic world where the internet is like basically life, and so everybody can only live by adrenaline of like so they need adrenaline every 10 seconds. I guess it's something crazy. So I'm trying to save this right now. I'm trying to save this pop culture girl, whatever, and. She so you go through these stages, you got 10 seconds, but you get time. Like if you kill people a certain way, you get more time. You do combos, and then after each stage, it's a roguelike game, so you get abilities and stuff after each stage that you can use, or a special gun, or something like say, hey, you can get life, you can get more time with this, or something with your life too, because you can still die. But yeah, it's fun. It gets real addictive and crazy, man. I really like it. And you said it came out last year. I'm just surprised I didn't hear about it. I'm surprised more people didn't talk about it, man. Because I feel like this would be up there, even as like an honorable mention for a game of the year or something. I mean, because I'm like, darn, I didn't see this on people's lists when I was looking at game of the year, and I was like, wow, man. I thought this game seems pretty damn fun.
Yeah. All right, next up is WWE 2K25 out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series.
The Island. See you at the Island. That's what Paul. I would say Paul Heyman, right? What's his name?
Paul Heyman. You're right.
Yeah. That's what he said.
That's what he said. And he will not see me there because I do not want to buy card packs. The idea of it,
you can work for it, Daniel.
I don't know.
You gotta play online and beat people.
I don't want to do that either. That involves playing the game. I'm more interested in the island than I am in the game, Dominic. Yeah, I mean, I like the concept of it. Like you take this like Mortal Kombat, island type mode. But then when all it is basically a front for your store and all your microtransactions.
I don't know, Daniel. I don't agree with them just moving the indigenous people of that island away just so they can have their video game up there.
No, Dominic. You got to understand the people of Montanui or whatever. No. Yeah. No, this was always Roman Reigns' island. He birthed it from the ocean, Dominic. He is the real life Maui. Anyway, all right, Dominic. Next up, another sports game. Well, I say sports game, but you're going to be offended that I called wrestling a sport. Anyway, moving on. MLB The Show 25 is now out on the Nintendo Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
I mean, I'm happy it's out, and one day I will get it when it's like way down price, I guess, because it's not on Game Pass anymore. You see, like they did it. It's like drugs, man. They can't give me a taste, and then they take it away and say you got to pay for it now.
That's what they did.
But like, the 24 is going to be up by the end of the month, and I'm like, man, I want to play some baseball, man. But the problem isn't even the game being that I have to buy it. Like, the problem is that it's not on the cloud anymore. So I have no. That was the convenient thing for me, was to play on the cloud.
This is the console seller for you, Dominic. You're gonna finally buy a next generation console just to play baseball.
Well, or I can get it on the Switch, I guess.
You don't want to do that. if that network test or whatever that one year that I played was any indication, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, man. Because I want to play baseball, but I can wait, because just like with the college football, I'm waiting for that. And I mean, I'm happy Gunnar Henderson is on the front, even though he won't be playing in the opener because he's injured. He'll be out for a minimum of, I think, 6-7 games. So I was like, oh, that's disappointing. But baseball is different. It's a different type of sport. Like, one guy don't make the team. You know, it's unless you're Tawny. Right. I was joking, but so, like, 7 games is very minuscule in baseball as far as games. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy he's on the front. I mean, there's 2 other guys on the front too. I believe it's guy from the Cincinnati, who I forgot his name, and the pitcher from the Pittsburgh Pirates, I want to say, Skeens, I think his name is. So why'd you highlight WWE?
Because I copied the wrong one.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I saw you trying to, I was like, oh, man, I don't know, maybe he did get a wrestler in there or something, I don't know. But
it's Roman Reigns on the cover.
Yeah. Don't have a guy's name, but he's really good. These are all young guys too. Like, that's the thing they were doing. It was like guys who just came up recently, probably like 2 years minimum. I think most of these guys are. And so, I mean, that's pretty cool that they're on the cover and not just do one person. But yeah, and I heard some of the features in this game where I think they say defense has been like, it's definitely better to play in this game. They are reading somewhere. There's some other features too. I just can't think of the top of my head, but yeah, it just sucks, man. I wish they would have had it where it could at least be part of the Xbox Play. You could play games on the cloud, like if you choose to. All right, so what's the? Oh, we talked about Assassin's Creed already.
Yeah, we pretty much talked about Assassin's Creed. That's now on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5.
DEI Game of the Year. I'm hearing from people. The internet. I mean, but listen to reasonable people about the game. I'm seeing like it's pretty. It's all right. I mean,
it's pretty positive reviews.
Yeah, exactly. I was a little surprised, but then again, I'm not supposed to trust reviews based on the other people on the internet who tell me that they are fake and being bought by Ubisoft because Ubisoft's in trouble, so they got to buy these reviews, and these people are liars.
I mean, both can be true, Dominic.
Yeah, I mean,
because Ubisoft is definitely in trouble.
Yeah, they're definitely in trouble. I don't know if they paid these people off though, but can they afford it? I mean, is it worth it? That's the thing will it even be worth just? Yeah, here's the thing. Even if they're in trouble, the trouble they're in, them paying these people off just to say the game is good, I don't think that's going to do anything to
No,
really
not
move the
really.
needle. So I don't think
Not
they
when
do.
people are speculating that this game has to sell 7 million copies to break even, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, and well, yeah. So yep, Assassin's Creed. Full of controversy when it really shouldn't be, and yeah, I gotta talk about it though, because people make an excuse. They always point to that prime minister or whatever he is over in Japan who said something about like talking about one of the one of the locations that got destroyed. It historically did get destroyed, but it got
Yeah, it
rebuilt.
was like one of the shrine entrances or
But
something
he's
like
just
that.
saying that he's thinking like tourists or something are going to do something to it coming, and people are spinning it like he's saying this game disrespected that shrine and things of that nature, and
Yeah.
that's the only example people are using, and it's like that's not what he was saying. This is a guy no different than how people were just talking about video games being violent or something, and
Right.
like, oh, be scared somebody's going to do something now about it. And it's like, if this was any other game, like, you would be like, oh, this guy's stupid. But since you don't like the game,
Why
because
can't I
of,
destroy the shrine?
yeah, but since it's a black person and a woman in it, you're going to be like, uses that as like, oh, look at that, they're disrespecting the game. It's like, you don't care.
No,
That's the
absolutely
thing
not. They sure don't.
and nobody's falling for it. Nobody's falling for you caring. You don't care. It's like you don't freaking care about their culture, man. Don't do that. Like, please just say you're racist. Like we both like. It's like somebody in the elevator. It's only two of you. Somebody farts. You know who did it. You know who did it. Like, between the two, you know who did it. And that's what it is with them. It's like, I don't get. It's like, you're trying to tell us.
I thought you were going to say something like, there's two of you in the elevator, one of you says the N-word, and it wasn't you. So you know they did it.
Yeah. But it's like you telling me all these excuses of why this game is wrong. It's like, dude, just say you're racist.
It's historically inaccurate, Dominic.
And it's like, everybody keep pointing like, none of this stuff's totally accurate. But then someone said that with the Da Vinci stuff, like, well, it was stuff he drew, so it looked like it could be done. But it's like, oh my God. I said, it was fine then, man. God damn. Anyway, just to say that you're not racist. That you don't, or you like, it's mainly the black guy. I mean, more than the woman. Usually, misogynist are not racist, or whatever. It's like, you're just trying to find a way around it, man. Just say you, God damn, you don't want to see a black guy in the Japanese game. I mean, fine, man. You say, because I always play as a Japanese guy, finally. Like, because there aren't any other freaking games where you play as a Japanese guy. It's like, it's millions of them. I mean, it's millions, but it's a lot. God darn. I mean, it's a lot of games that come out Japan. That you play as a Japanese guy.
Yep.
Like, Jesus Christ. I think Ubisoft, and you try to think, I mean, they're thinking that Ubisoft is just doing this because, like, oh, they're trying to be PC and do something. I think they're trying to do something different, honestly.
Yeah. Like,
I think they're trying to be.
Who do you think they're specifically selling to by adding this character to this game?
Yeah, because black people aren't. Listen, I think everybody knows black people, we're not the biggest buyers of this stuff. But I think they were just trying to be something different because, I mean, just having your traditional like Japanese guy and Japanese. I mean, yeah, they could have done that, but it's just that there are games like that.
Yeah,
there's plenty of games like that.
They're just doing something so they don't have to compete directly with Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, they were trying to do like, oh, let's do a twist and let's use this guy who's actually. He is historically like this.
Yeah,
he's
a
a real
historical
person.
figure, yeah.
And then we're going to do a twist on it, like we did with the other games. Yeah, well, whatever. And you see, like, you got me defending a game that I don't really care about because I'm already angry about what they did with the first character, what's Desmond. Already pissed off what they did with that character. Y'all be defending this game for like these stupid ass reasons because you stupid ass people. I mean, it's, yeah, I'm not. I mean, doesn't mean you stupid. Like, well, you think we're stupid. Like to think that you really care
These
about
grifters.
Culture. You really care about culture. Like you don't. Yeah, you do. You care about your own. Yeah, I mean, you care about and no one else's. All right, man, I'm done. So, anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStalwart5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Also on Blue Sky, you got at Superpod. And Dominic, I didn't have yours in here. I thought you saved that to the template, but
no, that's okay. I mean, I'll give it to you because I don't remember it.
All right.
I honestly don't remember what it was. I want to say it's Dino Man, but I don't know.
I thought it was like Dominic at dinomans.com or something like that.
Oh, well then, yeah, then I have no idea.
Let's see. I've got you. I've got the Blue Sky page pulled up here. Okay, followers. Dino. Okay, yeah, it is Dominic Stallworth or Dino Man at DominicStallworth.bluesky.social because their names are, of course, a little more complicated. Mine is Regulus MB. Same thing there. And let's see. Website. We've got a website. I remember that from the last time that we recorded, Dominic. It's superpod.com. Superpod.com is the place where you can find all of our previous podcasts, as well as all of the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video versions podcast, as well as iTunes, YouTube Music. I had all this stuff listed in the template, and I deleted it apparently. Spotify, Amazon. I think those are basically the only ones that are still relevant nowadays.
Because Stitcher does not exist anymore.
Stitcher does not exist anymore. Spreaker doesn't exist anymore. Google Podcast doesn't exist anymore. And until next time, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, see you.